welcome. Inglorious Bards. I'm your humble game master, Tom, and this is Adventure 24. And we are excited to be here. We are coming to you live on twitch.tv/Inglorious Bards. We're also available on YouTube channel and coming to you on all your favorite podcast players. You can check out what podcast platforms we're at. Join us on the Discord server to chat with other fans of the show and check out our Patreon. All of that you can find at our website, ingloriousbards.com. So we are ready to continue on with our adventures, but before we begin, let's see what happened last time with a recap from Jeremy.
Okay, when we started this whole mess, Sildren had a nightmare. A horrible nightmare. He woke up and told Yaru about it. It mentioned a great big creature in a well in Moss Haven that totally killed Yathane in the dream, which terrified him, and definitely kind of set some omens in place for some darkness that was coming for us. We kind of puttered around inside the Nexus a little bit, and then went to go see King Phaon, who informed us of a few things. One, he sent an envoy to the Thousand Isles, but his fleet that he used to have is gone, and he got some messages back indicating that it was not going so well for his crew, and he asked us to go check on the envoy and make sure that he got to where he was supposed to get, in safety. He mentioned that there was a ship that he does have control over. It's called the Tainted Waters, captained by Captain Collard. I'm reading names as I go through. Also, we were informed that there was a request for help for some people in Iveron. Duke Sieves of the Snowfell clan, who never ask for help. They're very proud and independent. Apparently are facing something that they can't take care of themselves. So they are looking for some serious help over in the Okran Woods, he mentioned. And then we found out that there was one last cry for help from Ignal. Iggy, who is now the city of the guard, was indicating that there was something happening at the House of Soleen, and that there was a magical presence there and asked for our help. We went over there. We found out that there was this great sphere that was inside that was kind of tainting and corrupting and eating up the tower. As much as the priests were trying to keep it at bay, they were afraid that the entire house was about to fall, or temple. And so we asked to go in. After a couple of pettering around, we went in. We found some horrible Vyres, which were these black tendril creatures who were sucking up and eating holy energy from the relics. We fought off a couple, but the sphere didn't go away, and that's where we left off. So from there, let the adventure begin.
Within the Church of Soleen, the heroes have breached a magical barrier and fought against nasty creatures made of lumps of writhing, smooth tendrils. The heroes dropped the last of the monsters, stopping it from feasting on the remnants of consecrated energy in the temple.
What in the world are these things? They were eating up the boobies and the energy in my face.
Cold fires. Nasty beings not from this world.
What are they doing here within the church?
No holy place has its divine protection taken away. These Vyre are known to arrive to feast on the last remnants of consecration. They cleanse the place in a destructive manner.
These Vyres are like a house guest. While initially most welcome, after some time, the guest may find their dreams where they least expect them.
What does that even mean, Master Yaru?
Keep listening to my wisdom, young one, and one day you may find you had the power all along inside you.
You're making my head hurt, Yaru.
So the magic surrounding this church, are we safe now? Is the barrier gone? Have we completed our mission?
Our quest.
The black sphere surrounding the temple is still here. That is not a good sign at all. That means we must take further action in the form of brave heroics and dashing swings of our swords.
Priestess Senna stated the sphere originated from the upper floor, so that is where we must head. And please put down that candelabra. Soleen does not look favorably on thieves in her temple.
But it's so shiny.
The group of heroes wastes no time in making their way up the stone stairs to the upper chambers of the darkened temple.
If we do not stop these Vyres from devouring most of the consecrated energy in the temple, I fear the sphere will destroy the rest of the structure. This will leave the city without its largest place of worship.
That would certainly be a blow to Murskan.
Oh, forget all that. What happens to the people inside the church when the black sphere collapses?
Namely us, namely me.
Let's not find out.
The heroes arrive at the top of the stairs in a ringed oval chamber lit by pale light. They hear a voice, an old man talking to himself around the corner up ahead. Other shapes, dark tendrilled Vyres, skitter away along this ringed chamber. Up ahead, the heroes see the voice belongs to High Priest Pacelin. The old man wears the robes of Soleen and slowly paces through the darkened halls of the church.
It's Pacelin.
Shut
And
up.
he's pacing.
The old priest turns at the sound of the approaching group and sneers. His face is pale and his glare is fixed on the old knight. Of course it is you! It is always you, Sir Brenros! You haunt me with your corruption and plague me with your foul tongue!
I come in peace, High Priest of Soleen. I only seek to prevent the destruction of this temple and return this holy site back to the people of Murskan. Now tell me how we can stop this black sphere from collapsing.
Brenros looks back at his friends, who nod back reassuringly. At the very rear of the group, Zanner the gnome comes running up, finally catching up to his friends.
Whew, I made it! Wait, is this another script where I only have the last line at the very end? Damn it!
You guys are in this ring section at the top of the temple. It's dark. It feels odd and weird and clammy. The high priest is there still glaring at you and says, "You have been a curse upon Soleen, Brenros. You are a plague upon everything we do here."
If it is me as you say, then what can I do to stop it? What can be done? Why is this happening?
You can stop with your lies. You are a puppet for a traitor and you got a senator killed. You are a bane upon this city in Soleen.
High Priest, I respect all that you have done. All that you have
respect
accomplished.
nothing. You've cursed us, and now Soleen has stripped me of much of my power.
As often is done when one loses their way in the service of Soleen.
Not to me.
State your intention, High Priest.
My intention is to remove the curse upon Soleen, and that means removing you. And he lashes out with magic a la the Emperor from Return of the Jedi. Make a reflex saving throw, Sir Brenros.
Is my group standing behind me?
They are behind you. Make your roll, and then we'll see who else needs to make a roll.
Oh.
Roll bad!
If I choose not to make the roll, can I bear the brunt of it and not have it go through?
You can indeed.
Then I will do that. I will try to quickly flash my shield forward to brace the blow.
Oh, huge damage. 26 points of electrical Jedi damage is dealt to you. As he zaps you and light flashes in his eyes, and he just looks enraged. And then he starts to warble a little bit, loses a little bit of control, and then shoom, he teleports completely gone from that space, but then you can hear his voice maybe 50, 80 feet away somewhere within this ring chamber. Where? And in his place, he has been swapped out, positions swapped out with a creature, a Vire Capurian that is a new type of Vire. It has got this humanoid shape with those smooth black tendrils that make up its mass, almost like a black mop, if you will, but this one, unlike the other Vires that have been consuming things, this one has a red core on the inside of fire. So it's this humanoid draped tendril creature that now is also lashing out at you guys, and we have a combat on our hands. So let's switch to combat mode.
Just so I make sure I'm not behind the curve. We didn't heal or anything like that. We just got done, right?
Ran up the stairs.
We didn't take a
Okay.
10-minute rest.
No, we're in bad shape. Some of us are.
So when you say all my spell slots are gone, what exactly do you mean by all?
As far as Brenros, would you be able to tell if he is still out of touch with Soleen?
Ooh, that's a good question. Make a quick religion roll for me, and you only need a 18 or higher. It's pretty easy.
All right. Religion. A 27.
You, with the attack by the high priest of this temple, you feel reinvigorated and reconnected with your goddess, the goddess of duty and loyalty, Soleen. She is definitely granting you a boon of your lay on hands power back again to deal with this particular threat. And I'm going to share a map with you guys right now. I'm sharing. Hopefully it will all work out just great.
Boom.
Yeah, I see it.
Ooh.
Okay, that looks not cool.
Yeah, that's a. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it.
That looks pretty cool.
Like a Doctor Who burn with us type of an enemy. All right. So that's where we're at. We've got essentially this big circle with a line cut through. It's like a donut with a line cut through the middle of a corridor to join through. You've got some more of those energy consecrated safe spots, some of the last spots that some of you, Brenros in particular, Master Yaru, maybe Sildren, you guys, more of that spiritual nature, have a vibe that these small little sections, imagine the temple is bright and clean and well kept by priests, and this 8-10 foot section is all that's left of that. The rest is darkened and gloomy. So there's two of these on either side of this wide donut, and this donut's maybe like, I keep calling donuts, like maybe 100 feet wide. So there's two of these last safe spots, and you three kind of view them as the last supporting pillars of holy space, holding up this consecrated holy spot for the goddess Soleen. Each of those, there's two of them, have one of these smaller vires that are clawing and raking at them. Your heroes are now almost surrounding this strange vire, this red vire, and then the high priest has teleported or been teleported to the other side of the chamber. That's where we're at right now, and I've already pre-rolled initiative, and first up is Master Yaru.
Okay. I will.
After you, Master Yaru.
You're doing an after you?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, by the way, looking at the numbers, it looks like Master Yaru rolled a natural 20 on his initiative. Just FYI.
Ooh. Okay.
Starts.
Does that mean I get to start wherever I want on the board?
No, that means you get to go first. Oh, Piercy, you're going last anyways. You got to tell me that beforehand.
Oh, I still get the next.
And can you give me a quick like how far away is that figure? I'm guessing that's Paceland down on the bottom right.
Southeast, yeah, the old wizard-looking dude.
And how far away is he?
He is. Where are you? You're there.
You're right next to
You're
the
looking
bad
at
guy.
20, 20, 40, 60, 80. He's about 90 to 100 feet running in a zigzag to get there.
Okay, and the closest consecrated sphere to the left of me, to the west, how far is that?
That's about 50 feet.
Ah, damn. Okay. I can't quite make it there yet, so I'll just attack this guy just north of me. I'll just move right over to him.
That's the red guy.
Yes. So I will just... Ooh, actually... My first action, I will enter my tiger stance.
Ooh, new stance.
Yes, so in honor of my brothers, the tiger, you just see his claws extend in all four of his paws. He goes into a real, Kung Fu Panda pose.
Starts coming at his enemies from the side with an arched back and tail.
I just sneak attack. And I can step in tiger stance.
Falls on his side and just...
in tiger stance, I can actually step 10 feet instead of 5 feet. So is that guy 10 feet away from me?
Yes.
I will step to him and attack.
All right. That's a step is one action. Attack is a second action. Are you doing a flurry of attacks?
I'll do a flurry of blows.
That is 2 blows.
In my tiger claw strike. First is a 36 to hit.
Wow. That's
The
a good
second
round.
is the 32 to hit.
What?
Wow. That's a hit and a hit.
All right.
Master Heroes come to play.
The tigers treat me well. Ooh, with 18 and 29 points of damage.
30, 47 by my math.
Wow.
Jeez, man.
There you
Yeah.
go.
And you did, hold on, just double checking this and this. You pummel repeatedly, and you've got that flame coming off your hand wraps, cold coming off of the other, and the creature is being impacted. Its little tendrils are getting beaten and crushed, but it is absolutely still standing. What number did I just say? 47?
47.
47. Got it.
And is this creature made of flame, or is it just like a red energy? Or
it's made of the same black moppy tendrils, but inside you can see there's a flame that comes through some of the seams of that.
And it's a Vire Copernicus or something?
Capurian.
Capurian.
Viner
Capurian. And you still have one more action left, actually. You're
tiger stance. Step,
move,
attack.
and you're good. Palik
would like to run up and flank this weirdo. Is that two moves?
What's your move speed?
30.
You're good.
That's one move.
Yes.
Sweet. I will attack it twice. Well, my first will be with my dagger for a 28.
28. You cut it. Yes, you do.
Sweet. And he's flat-footed, so I get the sneak attack bonus. So 22 damage.
Wow.
22.
Three of that being electrical.
Okay. 22 points of damage. This guy does not have the benefits of the electrical, the penalty you were dealing with before.
Perfect.
What was the total damage again?
22.
22. Okay.
And then I'll strike with my rapier for I'm gonna use my halfling luck and re-roll that 4 that I just rolled.
This is once per adventure?
Once per day.
Once per day?
Yeah.
All right. What'd you get?
25.
25. You try and stab it and you miss.
Isn't that a 20?
It'd be a 27.
27.
Right.
27. You stab it and you miss.
Yeah.
Hey.
I think that's it. Brenros.
It is in range. I need to close the distance so then have both Palik and Master Yaru adjacent to me. If I can close that gap, that's
that would be one.
Then I will raise my shield, and then I will attack. No flanking bonus, so a 26 to hit.
You slash off a bit of chunks of this weird tendril stuff, but it doesn't do any real damage.
And that will conclude my turn.
Why didn't you get flanking?
Someone has to be on the other side.
Yes, someone has to be on the other side.
Yeah.
And you raised a shield, is that right?
That's correct, yes.
Okay. Then it's Zanner.
Ooh, Zanner is going to, like before, use all of his blue aura and kind of pull it up off of himself and cast Ice Storm on top of the blue relic energy where the Vire is down southwest of me.
Okay, and we talked about Ice Storm, I think, in the after show of last episode. It's a little bit bigger. Instead of a 5-foot square, it's 5, 5, 5, 5. It's 2 by 2 5-foot squares, if that makes any sense.
So it's kind of.
Yeah, I was worried you're going to cast it on the Vire Capirian, which is surrounded by friends.
So are we.
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah.
All right.
No, I'm sending it down. Based on what I'm looking at here, I can definitely catch the Vire in it, and I want to cover the whole area of the relic and its energy in the
Smart.
Nice.
You're doing damage
Well
and
played,
zoning the area.
Correct.
Okay. Does it have to make a roll?
It does get a reflex save, which you are welcome to just forfeit if you would prefer.
No. It slowly shambles out of the way and gets a 23.
23. Let me double check my levels. I got confused on this one last time. My caster level is. Dang,
Children, you want to
20. It should be 26, I think.
6. It is a DC of 26. He does not succeed.
All right. He enjoys all the damage.
All right. So he will be taking all of this, which is 10
Nice.
bludgeoning, and all of this, which is 9 ice damage. So 19 total.
And then he will continue taking that damage if he ends his turn there each turn. Is that right?
If he if he's, let me see. He's
just make this
concealed
up
now.
as you go.
Any creature that ends its turn inside the storm takes 4 cold damage.
Nice.
Spells. I'm just gonna double check. This was Ice Storm, level 4. Oh, this is the one that takes 3 actions. You cast, you heal everyone in there. 2d8 bludgeoning, 2d8 cold, slow and sneak turn. It makes difficult terrain, makes them concealed is another big factor.
Yep.
And then they take 4 cold damage if they end their turn. Each one. Got it. Okay. Then it is after Zanner comes the Vire Capirian, the large red one. It reaches out with a tendrilled fist that flares with a bit of flame, black tendrils with flame behind it, and punches at Yaru with a total of. Yaru grabs onto that punch and does a judo toss and drops it prone with a critical fumble.
Oh!
It wastes its second action standing up, and then it turns to punch Palik instead. God bless America. 29?
Hits.
All right. You have been hit for 21 points of bludgeoning and fire damage as you are hit, but man, it missed and lost an action. Silverin.
I will follow with that.
So can't make eye contact with me right now.
The retributive strike. That will block 10 points of damage to Palik. And then I will follow through with an attack.
All right.
Which is a 37 to hit.
37. Whoa, that is a huge hit. Not a critical, but you hit.
I will do 18 in punishing damage.
Free 18 damage is. Got it. Okay.
Can I want to add on top
What's
of
with all the interruptions?
Yeah.
Come on. Level 8 sucks.
Opportune backstab here.
Oh, we got like a combo action going on.
What is
Yeah,
this?
it's a reaction when another of my friendos hits somebody in my area.
All right, hold on. Judges are double checking.
Oh, yeah, that's
what
right.
opportune backstab? A creature within your melee reach is hit by a melee attack from one of your allies. When enemy is hit, you capitalize it, make a strike. All right, burning your reaction to also
Yeah.
get a strike. Holy moly!
Oh my golly! I'm gonna burn a hero point there.
Natural one. Oh.
I'll give you,
natural
Sildren
one.
will give you one of his
Thank
to.
you. Yuck.
All that woohoo!
Yeah, and I still only got a 28.
28 hits.
Oh,
Oh, there you go.
Wow.
for 16 points of damage.
Jeez.
16.
We just turned into the bullies, just pushing this kid against each other in the circle.
Gonna cry? Gonna cry? Gonna cry?
Anybody
It's
see the
there were-
finale of The Boys season 2?
Yep.
Because there's a scene where girls get it done.
Yeah, there were 4 of you that got to beat up on him before he finally got to go, and then he rolls a natural 1. And then he gets the hell beat out of him anyway. Sildren, your turn.
Okay, so Sildren will head to the east about. So I'm still within 30 feet of Palik, but hopefully within line of sight of the Vire as well. And then I will turn back towards Palik, and there we go. And I will cast one of my final big heals. Take note, people. To her. Healing 31 points of damage. And then what's my range to the Vire?
Fire is 90 currently.
Okay, thank you. That was everything for me.
Thank you. And I give you a little wink.
Stop getting hit.
What did he say? What
Stop
is he
getting hit on.
It is now the High Priest, Pacelin, perhaps former High Priest Pacelin, is going now, and you can just hear him mumbling, "You will die of your fears. You will suffer so much for all of this. You've disgraced Soleen." And he casts a long-range spell at Sir Brenros, of course. He casts it at Sir Brenros. And Sir Brenros, you find behind you a 7.5-foot tall, enraged, red, flaring eye, long face, glistening armor, huge sword with Calavier badge of Sir Kendall right behind you, bringing this brutal blow. I need you to make a will save. This is a emotion, fear, illusion, mental, and death type spell.
Okay.
Does he need line of
does
sight
that
to do that?
Not on this one. Not on this one.
Does this hurt?
Can I visualize this as well? Okay, so all of that craziness, and this is a will save.
Will save is correct.
I got a 2 on that roll. I will burn a hero point for this one.
All right.
Getting them out of the way early.
Yeah. Can't get worse than a 2, right?
Oh, God.
Right, yeah.
A 33.
Ooh, you did not want to trigger a critical failure on that one. I'll tell you that much. A 33 is a success. With a success, you are still trembling in fear. You feel the pain as this ghostly sword from Kendall swipes through you, and then the ghost image of Kendall disappears. Even with a success, you take 7 points of mental damage, and you are frightened 1.
Okay, 7 points.
Imagine a failure, then imagine a critical failure. All right.
Okay.
And Pacelin is good there. Next up is a Vire. The Vire, who is on the east side in line of Sildren, is clawing at the repeatedly clawing and does massive critical hit on its second attack and starts shredding. And it looks like it's clawing at empty space, but starts tearing at this almost sphere of clarity, this last bit of consecrated holy space, and starts tearing, and it starts getting smaller and smaller, and the creature starts biting and ripping out and almost eating this invisible space. And that is it for that one. The other one that is in the ice storm is also going to attack its sphere. Oh god, nope. Terrible rolls, all single digit rolls, and it ends its turn there, then taking 4 points of frost damage from the ice storm.
Yeah, it is.
So the far one did the most damage to the
on the right side, east side. Last but not least is Piercy von Skeetenlever.
Piercy von Skeetenlever wants to run all the way to the east and tumble through that vire onto the sacred little circle there.
You want to tumble through? Okay.
Yeah.
One that's not the ice storm, correct?
Right. Question. If I have a circumstance bonus of +1 because of an ability, and then another circumstance bonus of +1 because of an item, do they add?
They do not. That is Pathfinder's stick. You can have a circumstance bonus, I think an item bonus, and some other type, maybe a status bonus. So there's 3 or 4 different adjectives. Those adjectives never stack. The different adjectives will stack.
Okay.
So you were about 100 feet away. How many actions will it take for you to get there?
It'll take all 3, but I can still tumble through with my third. Yeah.
All right, so you're racing all the way to the east side, heading towards the last bit of consecrated space that's badly damaged, and you're going to tumble through. I believe that's a acrobatics roll versus the creature's reflex. These things have not been the most nimble.
Yep.
Go ahead and make that acrobatics roll.
Okay. Natural 20.
Woo! Go ahead and take
+1.
Go ahead and take a bonus 4th action then.
Okay. With my panache that I have already, and I just tumbled through, and so he's flat-footed, I think. I'll do a finisher.
Classy. Stylish.
30.
30 is a hit.
2, I believe, with flat-footed.
Still a hit.
Yeah. All right. So 19 points of damage.
All right.
Not bad.
He just tumbles through, pops up behind him, surprise, and
Pops up in front of him, really? You came from behind.
oh yeah, I guess so.
Through the tendrily legs.
Success as you move through and treat the squares difficult. If you don't have same effect. When attempt an acrobatics check, you can tumble through. It does not say they're flat-footed.
Oh, okay.
On that one. Anyways, you still hit and you still do the damage. That was 19 points of damage, which has that, and that was that one. Got it. All right, you covered a lot of ground. Your panache, though, is spent. It is Master Yaru's turn at the stop initiative. Right now, we have Yaru, Brenros, and Palik all surrounding this red Vire Capirian.
Okay.
And it right now, you can see it's charging up fire in both hands, and it's going to try and zap 2 people on its turn when it gets a chance.
Oh, thank you for telling me. I'm just going to flurry of blows once again at him with the tiger claw strike, I should say. Not great. A 24 for the first, and only a 21 for the second.
He is flanked, but
oh, okay, a 26 and a 23.
26 and 26. So yeah, Alistair, there's this thing called flanking. You don't know about it. You've been playing an archer for way too long.
Steady in the back.
You hit, and he dodges it and gets out of the way. On both of those, you still have 2 actions though.
Oh, okay. Screw it. Let's just continue the assault. Oh, horrible attack this round. I know. There we go. There's one with a 26.
28.
Okay.
With a 28 with flanking, you hit.
Aha! Finally.
Last blow. Last one hits.
See his confidence.
Oh, that
Attack.
looked good. That looked good.
24 points of damage.
24 is huge.
That last frustrated.
Another big blow. You, like you've done before, that last blow with the tire, you do like this raking thing, and several of those tendrils come off in your hands, which is great and violent. Palik, you're on the other side.
I know. I want to. So Tim, you were doing a tumble through. I want to do a tumble behind, which is a skill I have, and that's when they're flat-footed.
That's flat-footed. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What is
So,
tumble behind? You tumble under and behind your foe to catch them while you tumble through. They are flat-footed. You don't need to do that at all. You already have him flat-footed. He cannot be any more flat-footed.
Oh, well, okay.
You're
Cool.
backstabbing.
Then I will attack with my dagger first
All right.
with a 24,
24. Nope. He is
Yep.
dodging and weaving.
and then I will attack with my rapier
Oh, that was good.
Oh,
gonna
that
look
was so
good.
close.
with a 19.
19. No.
Yeah, and I will attack again with my rapier for a 28.
28 is a hit. Last hits, you guys
so
are good.
dumb. For 11.
That was low damage.
11 points of damage.
All right.
Oh no, he's flat-footed. Hold on, I gotta add.
Oh, you're.
So 21 points of damage.
There
What was
you
that?
go.
What was that extra damage from? Can you want to tell us?
It's my sneak attack.
Gotcha.
You just doubled your damage.
Sir Brenros, you're up.
All right.
Also next to this big red guy.
Just for my edification, the Vire are considered more scavenger-like rather than pure evil. They just feed off of consecration. Is that an appropriate assessment?
They're not evil. They don't seek out to do evil things, but their end result still tends to be violent.
Right. Okay.
And you also, if I can interrupt one more
Yeah.
time, you also are hearing some strange little whispers in your ear from a distant high priest, by the way.
Distant high priest, right. The frightened condition affects me how?
It's -1 to everything you do until the end of your turn, and then it goes away.
Okay.
And you have several counters to frighten, though.
Yes, but as you pointed out, you said it disappears at the end of my turn.
Yes.
My counters engage at the same time.
Okay.
All right. The first is a slash on the creature, which is a 31.
33 with the no, you are not flanking. 31 is a hit. I tried to help.
So, Tom, there's this thing called flanking.
So actually, I have a question. If Palik had if she had done her tumble through thing and gotten flat-footed, would that have then counted for Brenros?
No, it's only for her.
Okay.
21 for this.
Wow, that's big
attack.
damage for Brenros.
The league does not help anyone else.
Typical.
Yeah.
You shred and you hack and huge sections are coming off you, and you're tearing out big chunks of this creature's weird tendril body.
All right. Second attack is incoming. That is going to be a miss with a 16.
Okay.
The next will be bracing with shield.
Okay.
And that concludes my turn.
Zanner, you're kind of in the northwest section. You just dropped some ice. What's next?
I turn around the other direction, throw my aura up the exact same way, and throw another ice storm across the room at the other Holy Relic and Vire that's standing over there.
All right,
You
great.
do what?
Piercy, watch your noodle!
You cannot see it.
Oh, I can't see it. I thought that was like a gap. Those are walls?
Sorry, yeah, that's a wall between you.
That's
So that middle section is a wall, not like a pathway.
Correct. I should have made
Okay.
that more clear.
okay.
Well,
so that's
the middle section's a pathway, but then there's those two
Little.
semicircle
okay.
hat
Gotcha.
walls.
So, are we talking about the middle section or the middle section?
So they're in the middle, right?
What was the middle part again?
which one's
Bunch
the
of-
middle?
Bunch
Dave and Buster's sign.
Okay, well, in that case, Xander's gonna move up towards Sildren so that he can see around the wall.
Okay.
So that, how far is that? He's just trying to get visual to the other one that's over there. So if he moves there, is that it?
That is 2 move actions for you to get there.
But he's a gnome. Yep,
Okay,
that works okay.
3 move action.
No. All right, so with the 2 move actions, Zanner will take his staff, he will point it at the fire and cast Ray of Frost.
Oh, that's a 1 action spell?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It is not. No.
That's what
Okay, yeah.
That's my way of saying it's not a 1 action spell.
You can't do that.
When did you make it a 1 action spell? Is the other version of that.
I feel fancy. What? Lightning bolt's bad. Oh, but fire's good. So instead, Zanner will cast. Actually, he's going to keep that same staff, and he's going to cast Acid Arrow.
Oh, is that a 1 action spell?
God damn it! No, it's not. Zanner's going to put up a shield. No, he's going to run closer.
Xander's just going to storm downstairs and
Stomping.
Keeping both of them in vision, except for the one he just put the ice storm on.
How come Piercy got an extra action?
You gotta. You can't even understand that guy.
There's like this fight going around this red, weird, fiendish, demonic, crazy thing with 3 people, and Xander's just running back and forth.
Yeah, so Zanner will actually take all 3 move actions to get himself in a range
Very
where he
close
can
over there?
see the red guy that's about to die and the Vire that's about to get stabbed by Piercy.
All right. The red Vire Capirian then goes, and as I said, it lashes out with 2 hands. Facing Brenros, a left hand blasts at Palik with electrical energy, fire energy, and a right hand blast Yaru. And it is an attack against your armor class. Palik is up first with a 24 only.
No way.
And a 23 against Yaru.
Yeah.
Not a chance. Another.
And he is going to tactically withdraw a little bit and go about 25 feet away.
oh, if only we had an Ignal.
Yeah.
Pummel the hell out of this SOB.
Sildren, you're up north, kind of keeping an eye on everything.
Yeah, Sildren, seeing that
Looks
nobody's
good.
in current imminent danger of dying, theoretically, Sildren will extend a hand and cast Ray of Frost at the Vire to the southeast.
Okay, the one with Piercy.
Correct. And that is a 33 to hit.
Is a connection.
Woohoo! That's what I was gonna do.
And it takes 12 points of damage.
You know.
Has taken some. Got it.
Cold damage.
Yep, cold damage, and then I will also activate my bracelet of dashing. And that would be everything that I do.
All right. Brenros. The whispers grow louder in your ear. You hear the beckoning words of, "You are a failure. You must show your true colors and hurt all that you care about." Make a willpower saving throw, Sir Brenros, as High Priest Pacelin casts more magic upon you.
Do I get the feeling from this he's directly trying to influence me, or is he trying to just frighten me?
He is trying to influence you with a mental spell.
Influence me with a mental spell, will you? Let's see here.
All right.
Hold on, I have something. Let's see here. Gotta get to the right tab again.
Willpower save.
Done. Again! A 2 was rolled. I do not like that, so I will throw a hero point to that, my last one. And
It's
here we
worth it.
go. A 32.
That's better.
Pretty sure that's the same result as last time.
Jeez. With a 32, you hear his words as though they are just words in your ear, and there is no spell effect upon you whatsoever. And again, you have gone from a massive critical failure to a nice success. Well done. And
Like to if I may.
Is he going to stay? Yes, she has something else?
1 second here.
Hmm?
Let's see. Attempting to be directly influenced via mental effect to directly control my actions. Does that sound like what he's trying to do?
It does. What you have some ability up your sleeve?
Haughty obstinacy. I am inborn knight. Arrogance, if you will. Your powerful ego makes it harder for others to order you around. If you roll a success on a saving throw against a mental effect that attempts to directly control your actions, you instead get a critical success instead.
Ooh. The target is unaffected, knows that, so I now have to reveal everything pretty much about this spell. So he was going to take control of you, and as long as it wasn't self-destructive, he was going to command you to assault your nearest friends with all your strength. If you failed, it would have lasted a minute, but you rolled a critical failure to start with. That would have lasted 1 hour.
Oh my god!
And not only that, 1 hour, regardless if he's alive or not.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
To give you an idea. Wow, haughty obstinacy indeed.
So we would have had to take out Sir Brenros
Yeah.
for like a full hour?
It would have been episode 16 of season 1 all over again. Same exact character.
Same one.
Or player.
All right, there's a Vire to the southeast that has been getting hit by Piercy, and I think Sildren just recently hit him.
Yep.
It's going to attack Piercy once with a 33 to hit.
Oh, yep, that hits.
Hits you with a big 29 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Okay, suck it up.
Still standing, still hanging in there?
Yeah.
Okay. For its second attack, it then bites hard at the reality of holy space, trying to get the last remnants and tear it free, making another roll. And critically succeeds and shatters that section of consecrated space, leaving just one left here on the upper chamber. The whole upper chamber starts to shake a bit and get a little bit darker, and you can see that if you remember from last episode, there's this black sphere around the temple. You can see it like quiveringly getting a little closer, and it's now within these walls, just on the outskirts. Wow. The next Vire, which is on the southwest, is going to stay there and attack the consecrated space. Single digit. -10 is minor damage. It minorly claws at the last bit, but it's still holding bright this little sphere of holy space. That's all 3 actions, and then it takes 4 more points of annoying ice damage.
Freeze!
And then Piercy.
So, real quick, when Piercy did tumble through into that consecrated space, he was kind of expecting to have some of the same benefits of when he did that in the previous battle.
Yes, you get some benefits as well, slightly different than before. You get 8 temporary hit points. You get +3 on your next attack, and if that attack only hits, you do an extra 8 points of positive or lawful damage.
All right,
8.
cool. All right, so he's feeling a little extra.
Yeah, Soleen, the power Soleen is aiding you.
All right. He looks at the Vire and he looks at his short sword. Excuse me, and he says, "You luffing some of yourself on my sword. Here, let me try and wipe it off between your tendrils." And he takes some shots at him with some bon mot.
Ooh, all right. This is versus its will, if I remember correctly.
You're insulting the pile of tendrils.
Yeah.
I think you need to make the roll.
Oh, I make the roll. Sorry.
Yeah.
What do I roll? Just 20?
Look at your bon mot. I can't remember. Is it diplomacy or intimidation?
Oh, I see. Yeah, you're right. Okay, sorry.
Deception.
Diplomacy. So, skills. Against diplomacy. Okay. Gotta find diplomacy.
It's under D.
You're under my D.
What?
It's 28.
28 with a nice big roll. You were just now remember from last session. This has no effect on these creatures.
Ah!
What's your next
All right. I just do a regular attack.
The D is for no.
All right. Here we go. 26 plus 3, 29.
Oh, that's right. It's a hit.
And
The power of Soleen compels you. The power of Soleen compels you.
16 damage.
16.
You
These
get
are
plus D8 as well.
plus 8.
Plus 8.
Or plus 8, yeah.
So
24.
24. And then he takes his last action to step away.
You're going to try and step away a little bit out of it. Okay. I like that. First, at the top is Yaru. So Yaru, Palik, and Brenros, you guys have had your enemy move away about 20, 25 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And remind me how far away the Vire on the southwest is?
70. 70.
70 feet, damn. Okay. Yaru's just going to, like, after the shaking kind of stops a little bit, Yaru's going to turn to Palik and Brenros and just say, "We must stop these creatures from taking the spheres." And I will use 2 actions to run into the blue sphere.
Okay.
Realizing that it is covered in an ice storm, but hoping that Soleen's energy will protect me from the cold.
All right.
It won't.
Do 3 points worth
That's
of
Ron
help.
Howard.
It'll do 3 points worth of help, so that's good enough for me.
All right, you get all the
8.
benefits as you're within that holy sphere of energy. Soleen starts to bless you a bit. You get all the benefits I mentioned earlier with Tim, which I believe was 8 temporary hit points, plus 3 to your next attack, and if that hits, 8 additional lawful damage.
Okay, and I will use my last focus spell, and I will call upon all of my key energy, and I will produce a key strike against
Right.
this creature, and it will be a flurry of blows, tiger claw strike.
Ooh, all right.
So it is concealed inside the ice storm. Now that he's in the ice storm with it, does that change anything? It's only for range attacks.
I'll say yes.
No, I think it's into or out of, so we're fine. You two are not concealed against each other. You're good, Yaru.
Okay.
So Key Strike gives you a bonus.
A +1, so that would be a +4 technically.
Yes.
With Soleen's blessing.
For the first one, and you deal an additional 1d6 damage. So this is just a
Okay.
souped up Street Fighter
Yeah.
pseudo magical series of punches.
And there is a 37 to hit.
37 is a hit.
And I'm gonna use a hero point for that one.
14 is better than a 2.
Yes, it is, and a 31 to hit.
No, that bonus is only for the first.
It
first
is, okay.
attack. But you do hit with both. The first one gets 8 additional damage. Both of your strikes hit. Racing across the room, he gets both hits in.
So that's 30 plus 30. That's 36.
No, we're just gonna do a full 8, so 38 points of damage.
Well, it would be 22 plus 8, and then the 6, and then a d6, right?
What's the d6 for?
What's the d6?
My key strike.
Oh, sorry. That's 28 plus 8 more is 34 by my math.
Okay.
That was for the
6.
first blow, and the second one gets
Yeah.
to go through as well without the bonus damage.
20.
Did you say 28 plus 8 more is
22.
34?
It's 36.
36.
By my math.
And then,
Get lightning bolt.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Got
36
it.
and then 22.
all right.
58!
All right, tons
Yeah.
of damage. What's really cool is that he did the flurry as the last action. So he did all this other stuff and still got 2 attacks off, which is great. You're the Vire Slayer, Master Yaru.
For real.
Did I take it down?
No. Palik, you're up.
Well, then good. Don't say it yet.
I would like to tumble behind this Vire Capian
All right, make a acrobatics roll.
A 22.
22. Bonk! You are stopped as it holds out a hand like you're Joe Pesci swinging futilely in front of it.
Perfect. So then I will attack with my dagger. With a 20.
20.
And I'll
You're just
attack with
swinging
my
away.
rapier. Yeah, just swinging and doing nothing. Fuck. Balls.
Oh.
Yeah. Nothing.
So it's like I waited all this time for my turn for that, Sir Brenros.
Brenros. I see that. Okay. How far away is the creature to me?
The red guy?
Yeah.
25 feet.
Damn it. If I can get up on it on one action, that'd be great.
Nope, 2 actions to get there because your speed is 20.
I can get it up in one action.
What?
You could get flanking actually with 2 actions.
We'll do that then.
All right. What's your third action going to be?
Third action will be to take a swipe. And we'll do that. This is covering this. There we go.
This thing has been beaten to high heck.
Oops.
Get him, Brenros.
Chase it down.
Trying.
You get to the other side, you get a +2 flanking bonus.
Sorry, technical difficulty.
It's trying to keep its eye on both you and Palik.
Shit. 26 to hit.
26. You swing with a yell, but come up with nothing but air.
Nothing but air is what I got.
Sildren.
I think it's Zanner.
Darn
I
it.
think you're a little bit
Zanner,
ahead.
and then
Let's
the Vire, and then
All right.
I mean, you can
Zanner.
skip the Vire, Captain.
yeah. I mean, like if it's a 1-to-1 swap, we can swip. Like Zanner and the Vire can both. We're good.
Oh, you already took out the light power to the dark ball is getting quivering. It's making me uncomfortable.
Quit talking about balls, Zanner.
Zanner, holding his staff that he was getting ready for the Ray of Frost and running in action, switches the flip, changes the casting spell, and cast Acid Arrow at the Vire.
To the southeast that Piercy is running away from.
Correct.
Okay.
Get your distance. It's a 23. I'm going to actually use a hero point.
All right.
Fuck.
Fast and with these hero points tonight.
Yeah! For 28 to hit.
28 hits.
There we go. For a full
Nice.
28 points of acid damage.
28 to that one.
And it's got 1d6 of persistent now.
And it has persistent damage, you're saying.
Correct.
Curse acid 1d8, 1d6?
1d6.
1d6. Got it. Cool. And I think you have one more action left. Otherwise, the Vire Caperian is going.
Xander's going to start running south, so he's going to keep making the loop. So he was going clockwise up and around the top. He's going to keep going clockwise and start
Going
hitting.
for his best mile.
What's your move speed, Zanner?
It's 25.
All right, you're good there. The Vire Caperian, which is barely hanging in there, turns and focuses with gleaming red eyes at Sir Brenros and reaches out to say hello with a big punch for a 30 to hit.
30 will make contact.
All right, you have been hit for 21 points of bludgeoning and fire damage.
Is that added together or is that in combination?
It's combined.
Okay.
I can break it up if you have certain resistances to one or the other.
I just want to make sure I'm doing the math right.
All right. It makes a man's stroke if the strike, and then you are grabbed by it as well, and it burns as it holds on to you. You take an additional. This is a second action, but it's free. Take an additional 4 points of fire damage, and will continue to take fire damage at the end of each of your turns as long as you remain grabbed. With its last action, it will blast out fire at you, Palik, with a 27 to hit.
Ooh, that'll hit.
You are blasted out for 20 points of
Jesus.
fire.
Isn't it flat-footed?
No.
That does not affect its chance to hit.
Oh, okay.
And you're still, police still good. Sildren.
Making life difficult for children.
Yeah, there's things I want to do, but I
Just
can't.
so far away.
It's not even a matter of distance. It's just I need to heal people.
Do it.
So Sildren will draw his staff of healing. Will
Reluctantly.
we'll travel to the west here, kind of about 30 feet, I guess. Actually, I can move much further. I can move 45 at the moment, I believe.
What? Oh, right. You got your bracelet activated.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so moving 45. So I'm going to move kind of southwest here-ish. I suppose I can hit 45. And then use... Actually, I can't because...
That's like 90 feet right there. You can go back to here for 45.
Okay. And then I will use my Staff of Healing, Greater Healing, on Palik again.
All right.
So then the Staff of Greater Healing, it was 2d6 before. Did that change with the Greater Healing? Because it's not listed on the information anymore.
I'm not sure I follow you. The greater staff increased charges and available spells.
Okay.
Added available spells.
Gotcha. But still... So it's 2d6 plus something. What's the actual heal for that staff?
I gotta go take a look.
Sorry.
At what this is. That's all right.
I think it's 2d6 plus 4 or something.
Staff of greater healing. You're expending a heal. Yes.
There's a specific. I don't know. I thought there was an amount to it. Maybe I'm thinking of the gloves.
Yeah, this just has staff charges inside
okay.
that you can then use.
So
to
just
cast
a level
spells.
1 heal.
Okay.
Okay, plus 2, I believe.
Yes.
So I will heal, and that will be for. It's going to be. Why is that not showing up? Let's try that again. For be 6 plus 8, 14 points of damage.
All right.
Palik.
So this is like Sildren really wanting some Doritos, but it's like at the bottom of the bag, and he's just getting the crumbs out. He's just doing his best to get any bit of goodness out as the heels are getting really low.
He's wondering if he should moisten his finger or not to really get the...
Getting a little bare, guys. Anyone want to lick these fingers? We're getting
Going to level 2.
Yeah.
Sildren is done with a frantic screeching no yell. High Priest Pacelin moves like crazy around the bottom section, avoiding Master Yaru, although he is not happy about you dealing with that weird fire. But he runs around to the west side and then says, "Everything that's gone wrong is your fault, Brenros!" And with his two hands launches out a never-ending gust of ice and cold and horrific nasty frost that blasts in a huge cone out from his hands, hitting Sir Brenros, Palik, the Vire Capirian, and Sildren for a massive amount of cold damage. I need each of you to make a reflex save.
Is that reflex save retarded in some way for my being held?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. We'll just say it's not for now, just to speed things up.
Sildren's 34.
23 for Brenros.
Okay.
121 for Palik.
All right, Brenros and Palik, you guys take full damage, and the Vire Capirian and Sildren take half damage. And let me figure out how to do 12d6 here.
Jesus
10,
Christ.
11,
Oh my God.
12. Here we go. Oh, it's blocked. That is 20 points of damage to Sildren and the Vire Capirian. It is 40 points of cold damage to Palik and Sir Brenros. You guys are frosted over, blast. Brenros, you hold up your shield, and it's almost like the ice is just blasting off for days off of it. These icicles hanging off of it, frost hitting your beard. Palik, you are frozen and dropped, or are you still standing?
Barely, but I'm
Barely still
standing.
Did you say cold and piercing?
Just cold, just cold.
Just cold? Brenros falls into unconsciousness.
Oh.
And Brenros drops, shivering and then going still. And collapsing on top of him is a big pile of black tendrils with a fire that goes out within them as the Viracapirian is killed in collateral damage by High Priest Pacelin. And High Priest Pacelin says, "Yes! Soleen curses you as she has me!" And the regular fire on the southeast closes, ignores Piercy, ignores Zanner, and runs 1, 2, 3, all the way over to the last section of holy consecrated ground, but can't quite get there in time. And the last one is going to attack. This is the one that is next to Master Yaru, attacking Master Yaru with a critical hit.
Oh my gosh.
For I gotta roll it twice, right? For 44 points of damage, bludgeoning damage to Master Yaru. Did you already have 44 points of damage?
No, I just.
Oh, that was the first one. All right, so it's just huge hammering fist, just smashing and smashing and smashing. With its second attack, it will hit you again with a 27 to hit.
That does hit.
For 11 points of damage. That's a huge difference. That was minimum damage. And then for its last attack, it attacks the consecrated space and does not succeed. Piercy, what are you going to do? You're now left cold in the southeast section, far away from anything.
Is that Vire who just ran away from Piercy? Is he within 80 feet of Piercy?
Let's see. No, he's about 90, I'd say.
Did that flyer suffer some acid damage?
Oh, he takes 4 cold damage, and the other one takes acid damage. You want to roll that, acid boy?
Yeah. 5 points of acid.
Got it.
All right then. Piercy will use all 3 actions to catch up and tumble through this Vire that just ran away. Hey, you come back here!
All right, make an acrobatics roll versus his reflex.
I'm gonna spin a hero point on that acrobatics roll
Because you only rolled a 2.
because I only rolled a 2.
Yeah.
16 plus 20 is 36.
You critically
37.
succeed.
Ooh.
Woo!
You're on the other side, and that means for you, you get your panache back. Is that correct?
I do get my panache.
All right, you are cocked and loaded. Master Yaru, you are within this last bit of consecrated space. You claim that bonus I gave you again. 8 temporary hit points plus 3 on your first attack, and that attack hits 8 additional damage.
I don't think. Did you take your temporary hit points last time, Alistair?
No, I don't think you did.
Nope.
You should grab half of them because you also finished your turn in cold, losing 4 damage.
Yeah, so do this, and then I'll heal you 4, and now you're good.
Okay. So I'm just gonna continue my tiger slashing assault on this guy. Flurry of blows first up. A 30 to hit and a natural 1. I only have 1 hero point left, but I'd really like to burn it. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna let that one stand.
All right, the 30
first.
The 30 is a hit. Go ahead and roll that damage. You get plus 8 damage.
Ooh, 22 points of damage.
Incorrect. That is a 33 as the Blessing of Soleen turns that into a critical hit. Roll that damage one more time for critical and add it together. 32 points of damage.
Plus the 8?
Plus the 8.
Plus the 8.
Yep.
You slay that creature with a great deal of endless violence, separating, just flying tendrils off in the air, sending them in the opposite directions.
And that was my first.
That was your first. So take back that critical failure.
Okay.
That's part of your flurry. It's done. It's missed.
Sweet.
Naturally, you still have 2 actions left.
My second action, I will immediately run and tackle the high priest to the ground.
All right. Make an athletics roll.
As the globe goes after
Sending the holy relic after.
Reality is not as I know it.
An athletics or acrobatics?
Athletics if you're tackling him.
Okay.
But the good news is it's versus his athletics.
29.
I'm not even looking that up. That's a tackle. All right, you have him grabbed right now. So you've got one of his arms pinned, and he cannot leave the space he's at. He can still do things with his other arms unless you grab him again during your next turn. But you do have one arm pinned, and he cannot leave until he burns actions to try and get loose, which is not going to be easy for him.
And his unending cone of ice is now ceased.
Gone, not a factor at all. Nice. Palik. You shrink off ice from your head.
Yeah. Palik looks down at Brenros, looks over at Sildren with a super worried look, but she's gonna limp her way over to the high priest. I'm assuming that's 2 moves.
Yes.
And attempt flank, and then attempt to take one of his eyes out.
All right.
Oh,
with her rapier. And a 27.
27 is a hit.
Oh, nice.
Oh, to the high priest? Hold on, let me double check. That may not be correct. That is a hit. You're good. You're good.
So a total of 19 points of damage.
19 points. You strike him, you cut him, but he resists some of that damage. Just so you know.
Okay.
That's it for Palik. Sir Brenros.
making a death save?
No.
Bruce is unconscious.
Sir Brenros. Hold on. If you're unconscious, you go before the person who got you an initiative. So it is not your turn yet, Brenros.
Okay.
It is Zanner's turn.
Come on! Everyone just ran away as I was around the corner. So Zanner will keep going and run down 1 full move speed. Is that there?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so if he can see it, Xander's going to point that staff again and cast another acid arrow.
At the Vire next to Piercy.
At the
All
Vire
right.
next to Piercy. Yeah! For 29.
29 hits.
Awesome. I'm going to hit him for 26 points of acid damage.
26 points of damage. Piercy, you tumble underneath, spin around with your panache, and watch the Vire melt before your eyes as it is destroyed.
I had him.
That's one for me.
Children. Take that, script!
Sildren will move, standing over Brenros. He will tap him on the head with his staff.
Get up!
Rafiki slap.
And dun, dun, dun. And I also have Vital Beacon still running, so it'll be a total of 12 points of damage. And while I'm straddling him, I will look down and say, "Touch me."
Teabag!
Okay. You still have that healing ability?
Yeah, it's the 2 of them were used last session, so I have my 3rd of the Vital Beacons
Right.
still available.
Okay.
So what happened? I'm healed. How much?
12.
12. So,
12.
Brenros, your eyes blink conscious. You are underneath Sildren, wondering why he's seconds away from teabagging you. And it is your turn.
Touch me.
Those are the new voices he's hearing in his head.
Make a will saving throw, then a fortitude.
He's trying to get up. So while he's recovering from prone for one action, he's using Sildren as kind of a climbing cram for his second to heal his way up.
Unfortunately, I only give you another 7, but 7 more.
Hey, thank you. I feel better. Where is he? Where did he go?
To the south. And points. Just keep touching.
Don't stop.
No, wait, don't leave. Give me your hand.
I'm almost there. Brenros,
My beacon's almost vital.
Brenros will stumble down. Next to this,
What? I'm sorry.
Brenros will stumble down next to Palik and Master Yaru there. Can
All
you make
right, in that
distance?
same position, yes.
So
Yeah.
after reaching that position, he is now talking with some renewed vigor to the priest, saying, "You still have time to end this. You are not lost. Soleen can find you again. You can be with her again. Give up this folly." And Brenros is slumped and clearly very injured, and pleading with the priest here. Do this before the unthinkable is asked of us, that we have to remove one so devoted to Soleen for so long.
All right. In his action, he will then turn around and say, "Never!" and grabs onto the monk, actually, and curses you. Soleen curses you! And you need to make a fortitude saving throw, Master Yaru, as the world starts to grow blurry in your eyes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would be a 35, and I have Path to Perfection, which means any success is a critical success.
On fortitude saving throws?
Yes.
God darn it! All right. So if
You grabbed the wrong guy.
on a success, you would have been blinded for one turn. But on a critical success, you shrug off this powerful spell entirely.
My Bindi
Nice.
just glows gold to take whatever effect he was trying to cast on me and absorbs it.
Oh,
Nice.
man. All right. Then he is going to totally rip himself free of your grip with, what is that? That is a, oh God, that's a D20 with a -5. That's his skill bonus, a -5.
Yeah.
5.
He got a total of 8. Is your athletics -2 or lower?
Unfortunately, it's plus 12.
Okay, he pulls and cannot get free, and spits at you, Yaru, and Piercy. It is your turn.
Piercy, seeing this Vire right in front of him just drop, looks around to see who else is up, and he sees High Priest Paislin, and runs over opposite Brenros.
Yeah.
This is a quad flanking with this melee.
Pretty hits!
I storm.
So he uses one action to run over there on the other side of Brenros, and then he does short sword finisher because he has panache.
Oh,
Natural
no.
1. I need someone to give me a hero point.
I'll give you one. I'll give you one. I'll give you my last 0 point.
Brenros opposite you.
So I'm going to do that again. Short sword finisher. 24, 25, 26.
26. You just miss.
Way to spend that hero point, Palik. You're awesome.
Meh.
I just. Do I have anything else?
Are you sure? Is there anything?
Wait.
Were you accounting for flat-footed or flanking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to get a little medieval on Brenros next turn, just so y'all know.
But because I have, what is it, precise finisher? Or
You still get
confident
to
finisher?
do some minimum damage.
I still do 3d6.
3d6 is your minimum?
Isn't that nice?
So I still do 9 points of damage to him.
All right. With 9 points of damage, you attack and with your cool little finishing move and do no damage. He resists it.
Okay.
Like the rubber sword, it like bends.
Yeah,
Hey!
Piercy
It's a
just-
movie sword. It goes right through.
I mean, Piercy knew it wasn't his best swing at the guy, but he was pretty sure he made contact. Let me try that again. And so he just does a normal short sword attack now
Right.
for a natural 20.
Oh, there we go.
And
What's
then
that on the finisher?
or 19 plus 1d10.
No, that 1d10 is per round afterwards.
Oh, after. Okay. So for 29 points of damage.
29. That goes through. He resists some of it, but that definitely goes through. Got it. And then what is the 1d10? What is that? Persistent something?
Fire.
Persistent fire from the rune on your short sword. That's pretty cool. Master Yaru.
Master Yaru does not like water. He does not. He really does not like spit. So I'm using all of my remaining actions to try and twist his neck and separate his head from his body.
All right.
Gross.
How would you like me to do that? I can do all of my actions, a flurry of blows if you like. I can do anything you like.
You can make some regular attacks to start whittling him down to make it very slightly easier later, or right now you can make some athletic critical successes with natural 20s.
Oh. Maybe not then. Instead, I'm gonna do this.
Punch him! Get him!
Well, I'm gonna make sure that he can't leave. So the claws
I don't
retract.
think he can leave.
Yeah, you're doing a fine job as it is right
Yeah,
Are you sure?
Yeah, you do not
we're
have
on
him.
top of him, keeping him pinned to the ground. We're just
You have him grabbed right now, so he cannot
Yeah.
move. If you do another grab,
right, I
then
do have
he's
him grabbed.
restrained. That goes to another level of containment. That is
Okay.
not-
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll do that.
okay. Make an I don't want you to make it, but make an athletics roll versus
that.
his athletics.
I'll do that. I'll do that. I'll do that.
Yeah.
So close to an
Oh.
actual one. It's a 31. 33. Oh wait,
you
no,
did
that's never mind.
A
31.
5 or higher.
So is that a critical
This little
success?
guy. That is a critical success. You have him completely restrained. You have him in any position you want. Go ahead and take over, Alistair.
I'm going to switch positions with Piercy, so he's facing Brenros. And I've got his arms like behind his back. Any movement he tries to do to break out, I'm headbutting him in the back to stop him. I'm, applying pressure, and I will give Brenros. This is yours to finish. End it now.
I have to wait for Palik and Zanner's turn.
He said I have control of the scene.
Brenros, what do you want to do?
Well, I need to find some degree of lore in this. There's a couple different facets to this. Number one, clearly he's abandoned Soleen, at least in Brenros' mind. So is there an appropriate punishment? And is there a way to do this is to not draw more offense from Soleen and taking and removing a former high priest?
Make a religion roll. Unless you have any specific lore skill, make a religion roll.
That's a 30.
Jeez, that's pretty good.
based on his actions and what you're seeing going on, you are of the belief that due to his actions controlling the temple, dealing with Mirskan and the king and all the craziness and all the corruption he's been dealing with, he has been stripped of the power, and the church has paid a price of that currently with this desecration of its holy space, that he is the source. He is no longer a member of the faith in Soleen's eyes. That's why he's not casting any heals. He's not doing anything beneficial. It's all negative, nasty stuff. And he is the source and cause of all of this as well. So there are no spiritual, legal restrictions upon you. And Yaru still is holding.
You have Soleen and Yaru's blessing. Kill him now.
Brenros places a hand upon the chest of the priest and says, "You have forfeit all that we have worked so hard to see come to fruition. And it is a sad day, but more so for me, for I have to bear the blood of it." And he drives his sword into his chest.
Oh.
And instead of extracting it, leaves it there.
Oh,
Wow.
Gain a hero point.
For real.
Wow.
Oh, look out, by the way, there's a sword coming at you.
Whoa.
Why are you turning it? Whoa!
Yeah, he's just gasps and says something, but you can't even make it out. It's a bloody, gurgled whisper. You sure wasn't something positively said about you or your heredity, and it just slumps back. And Yaru, you gently lay him down on the ground as he dies upon the sword of Sir Brenros.
Nice.
I'm sure he did not imagine that on his first meeting with you in his office oh so long ago.
and Sildren steps in and does a minor
Heals him.
blessing on him, and actually casts gentle repose upon him.
Zanner runs around the corner. Okay, I'm here.
So Brenros is not retrieving his sword. I want to make this very clear. That's the divine ally that is sitting in the chest of the priest. So I'm surrendering, at least for this time being, a full level ability as he just does that. So.
All right, so Brenros, you leave your sword within. This is also a +2 longsword of striking.
And
Yeah.
I don't know if it matters to you, but the gentle repose prevents him from being able to be turned into an undead.
Okay.
So he won't decay, and he cannot be turned into an undead until the next day, until I take a long rest.
Until the next
Take a-
business day.
Can you take a quick sentence to describe what that looks like when you're casting?
Yeah, it's basically Sildren leans down, closes his eyes, and just kind of a force type glow just kind of goes from his head down to his feet. And just instead of the smell of decay, it's just I guess it's the smell of fall, like autumn. So I guess a little bit of decay goes in there, but it's more the pleasant smell of fall versus of actual decay.
Okay.
Comes
Or
up.
the spring breeze we've all come to be familiar with.
Correct.
Yeah.
But more a fall breeze.
As you do that, there is another tremor within the temple, and the black energy crumbles down into a million pieces. That sphere that's around and been slowly closing in crumbles and falls like ash and falls upon the ground. The din of gloomy darkness of the temple rises up, and the place looks much more like it did in the past. It's still damaged, but it's much more natural looking in the real world. Outside this, though, is still this golden sphere that the priests outside were using to protect and contain any carnage that was going on. That sphere also has a tremendous change. It completely comes in like an implosion, comes in dramatically and focuses solely on Sir Brenros as you are hit for 10 points of mental damage. And you are blasted by this, and Brenros is hit. There's this big golden light around Sir Brenros, and then everyone's shielding their eyes, and then the light finally fades, and you see Sir Brenros hunkered down and rising up, swordless, but now holding the golden shield of Soleen within his hands.
Ooh.
So you've gained a new magical item. This replaces your old shield. You can toss your Marge shield aside.
Take the sword out, put the shield on the body.
Oh, yeah.
So your Marge shield had 60 hit points that it could contain. This one can withstand 78, so it's a little boost there.
Nice.
More importantly, though, the hardness, each blow it could resist, goes from 12 to 15 on top of that.
Oh,
So
my
15.
God.
Wow.
The head is massive, folks.
And I'm dropping this into, I think I can drop it straight into your item. There you go. It is the Golden Shield of Soleen.
Wow.
What's Brenros' response?
Is he conscious after that mental damage?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
That vital beacon was very helpful.
Yes, it was. Brenros, after the collapse of this, is still standing, though brought to his knees completely. And this gold sphere kind of models him and wraps around him a bit and then dissolves onto the shield, literally converting the shield itself. And I think at that point, Brenros is collapsed. He's kneeling. You see his eyes closed. He's muttering, but he's also weeping. And
Yaru just puts a hand on Brenros' shoulder.
But also, while he's weeping and has the hand on his shoulder, he's also got one hand that rests on the gentle, reposed presence of the dead priest as well.
Hey everybody! Do you know what it was like to completely change into a giant Beatles hater? You can find out by watching us every Tuesday at 7 p.m. on twitch.tv/Inglorious Bards. Now let's see how badly we can scare Sir Brenros.
People die, Brenros. All right, so our heroes are within the upper floor of the temple, and the high priest, Pacelin, lies dead on the ground.
So is there any damage to the temple, like physical damage?
There's no physical damage whatsoever, but I can assure you that was really a high possibility tonight.
Yaru still has his hand on Brenros' shoulder as he's kneeling in front of Pacelin, and is just, I know that was not an easy choice, but Soleen has shown you did the right thing. Take that with pride, my friend.
I will bear it as long as I must.
Also, don't forget that sword. That's a nice sword. You're gonna need that.
The sword can stay for now. Yes, Zanner?
No, it's fine. I was just thinking that everything was going to collapse, and I needed to find more relics to make sure that everything still good. But there's no more. There's no more darkness. We're okay.
You did great.
Speak out loud. I'm sorry.
Are the blue orbs, or blue orb in this case, are they still visible, or did they also?
They actually, the world of darkness and everything became them.
Oh, okay. All right.
So now the orbs are gone, and you can get a sense that there is healing that needs to slowly take place on a spiritual level. There needs to be some work done here. Lots of prayer, lots of attention, and sacrifice through duty and time and energy towards Soleen to reclaim this place, because she was very displeased by it.
Okay. Everyone is all right. Is everyone with us? And Brenros looking around to everyone here, finding probably the more damaged of us.
Is you? You're barely standing. Look at you.
Oh, Palik is very badly hurt by my estimations. So Brenros will go over to Palik and lay on hands in this newly, I don't want to say newly founded, but newly secured temple, and lay on hands upon her. That is 24 health return to Palik.
Palik is speechless with gratitude, I think.
Take the candelabra out of your mouth.
Thank you, Brenros.
While Brenros heads over to Palik, Zanner will walk up behind Sildren and just kind of pet him a little bit, just tapping the side of his leg. Like, you are shiny.
There. And he just, Sildren just kind of pushes him off.
Is there no healing to grant him?
No, there is not.
Oh,
It is
not.
That's uncomfortable. I'm petting you for no reason now.
He just kind of takes the staff and
Again!
Slides him off like a leech.
But while doing that, I do expend the last 2 charges of my staff to do something I rarely do, which is a group heal. And I will do that twice. So as a group, we will heal a whopping 10, actually, because each are +2, so 14 points of damage.
Fantastic.
Take it.
Thank you.
Yeah, at this point.
Yeah.
I cannot express enough how thankful I am you all were here to help with this.
Said and did everything you could to try to bring him back to the light, Sir Brenros.
How long do those temporary hit points last?
Till the end of the day, till your next daily prep. You wake up the next morning.
I think Captain Iggy was right, though. He was a dirtbag.
He was irredeemable.
Brenros, you hear some commotion from outside. You go down 1 floor, which is like the 2nd or 3rd floor, and you walk around towards a balcony and can hear some people, including Priestess Sana, and she's got that circle of priests. They have all now risen up to their feet because they're not casting the spell anymore because it just imploded. And you can hear them talking, some yelling, and she sees you on the balcony and she says, "Is everything all right? What's happened?"
The temple is safe. Perhaps you should come up.
We popped the bubbly.
Brenros, you realize you are saying this from the same balcony you gave a speech not too long ago, maybe about a week or 2 earlier.
That's wrong.
Isn't that interesting? And she gathers her priests and they all start making their way in. You also see 2 guards kind of standing out there. They just kind of shrug and just slowly walk away. And then
Paraded by
there's a
What
small gathered crowd, and they just all kind of separate, not knowing what could have happened here. You guys head on downstairs, I'm gathering, and put some Soleen police tape. Do not go up to the upper floor across the top stairwell. I don't know. There's a dead guy up there.
No prayers.
Really
across
important
this
dead
line.
guy at that.
We don't know what happened.
He was like that when we got here.
That's not my sword. Someone else's sword. Holding it for a friend.
Totally Brenros. Return to Brenros.
Property.
503.
It needs to be the moment of he got the point.
Thought you were gonna kill me last. I Brenros. So you come on downstairs to the church. It's quiet. It's like returning to a place after a great fire, but there isn't damage. It's just more spiritual damage. As the priests enter, they can tell it's a different place. It's not a holy place right now. They quietly enter. They start looking around. They start checking different areas. There are no signs of any Vire creatures that you've killed earlier upstairs or down below. They have faded out of this reality. And Priestess Sana comes up to you and says, well, what has happened, Brenros? You have stopped this power.
The Vire who came here came by way of weakness found amongst the priests. Unfortunately, that would have been the elder priest, Pacelin. And now he has come to ruin. No longer a follower of the faith.
And I will reach out to him.
I would hope.
I will sorry. I will reach out to him and I will connect with him. He has saved me once before, and I owe it to him to save him.
As she tries to turn and walk away,
for I will do anything to save my high priest.
All that has been done is what could be done.
Percy.
Does she mean the dead guy up there?
The what?
The
one time somebody can understand Piercy.
Perfect. The elder priest is no more. He is slain.
He will retain that rank. He is slain.
It wasn't me.
The magic destroyed him. I understand. There was nothing you could do. Sorry. There was nothing you could do. I understand. Soleen blesses you for your patience and your hesitancy to bring violence here within the church.
Brenros interrupts and steps in. Quiet. This is a moment of absolution. I drove the sword into him. I took his life, and through Soleen did so. I do not look for forgiveness. I will leave this place and bear his blood, and maybe in time Soleen will forgive me.
And one of the other priests, she looks stunned. One of the other priests, smaller priests, lower-ranking priest, calls out, "Behold his shield!" And you just rise up the shield between you and Priestess Sana, this glowing white shield.
Can I get a drape or something to put?
You're ruining the moment here.
Bat signal walking around with.
And the priest, the other priest says, it looks like Soleen blesses him in what he's done. Make a response to that.
So it's her and the other priest around. Brenros turns and facing the other priests. I took the life of one who was most devoted among you, most committed among you. I do not bear any pride for this. Soleen may have allowed it. But the loss is immeasurable, and I want you to remember that. And he stares at each of the priests, not looking for smile or smirk, but just complete attention.
Make a diplomacy roll.
Where's the pin? Diplomacy. Oh, Jesus, 30.
With a 30, a lot of the priests lower their heads in solemn agreement, and some whisper a prayer to the lost soul of High Priest Pacelin. Priestess Sana says, what Sir Brenros says must be true. He is a man of honor and a man of Soleen. And Pacelin, she says, not calling him by his title for the first time, Pacelin has shrunken from his duties and has left us alone for several weeks now. And this is Soleen's bidding. She pulls you aside as some of the priests again go about trying to figure out what's going on with this gorgeous new church that looks strange. She says, what will we do now? We have no high priest.
You said it before. The elder priest left you weeks ago. What you do, you have always done. What you do now, you will continue to do. It may not be any authority I possess, but I would regard you as the high priest of this temple. And he places a hand upon her.
Ooh, make another diplomacy roll +2.
Kneel.
He has no sword.
Yeah.
With a shield.
A 30 again.
30. She would have been hesitant to accept this in any way from anyone, but with you and the look of encouragement from you and the grand champion of Soleen telling her this, she straightens up. She says, I will do my best to honor your work here and honor my duty to Soleen. She turns around and starts addressing with strength. We will make this temple a place of worship again and of true honor to Soleen, and starts encouraging them and rallying the priests. As she continues with her speech, one of the priests comes up to you and slaps a handle into your hand and says, here, you'll need this, and gives you a mace, a weapon to use. This is a mace. That's it. It's just a mace. I've added it to your I've added it to your equipment. It does a big 1d6 plus 4 points of damage, and it is all yours.
Fantastic.
It might be worth 5 to 7 silver. I can check that later if you need to.
Jeez. Accepted from the priest. Brenros gives a curt nod. And kind of that eye movement that says you can return back to what you were doing.
All right.
Turning to Priestess Senna, High Priestess Senna, I have one further personal request.
What is it? I'm busy. No.
I'm a high priest.
You can talk to me? That's my balcony.
We make an appointment. She says, of course, what is it, Sir Brenros?
Though Priest Pacelin had lost his way and ultimately surrendered his faith, his works are still valid. All that he has done. He was an honorable man once, and maybe if certain choices were made, he could have been. I would like him still buried amongst those who serve.
I will do my best to honor that, and will seek guidance from Soleen.
And then I will leave you to it, or I will leave you to the reconsecration.
All right. And you leave the Church of Soleen and head out with your friends and walk out into the courtyard where it looks like everything's normal. People have no idea what's happened this day.
As that was all happening, Palik would have liked to have snuck back upstairs.
Oh, okay. And what would you like to have done?
She wants to put one foot on the high priest's face and yank that sword out.
Okay, Palik, you yank the sword out, disgorging lots of thin blood across the ground, and you have a bloody +2 longsword of striking now in your possession.
I'd also like to loot that priest.
Okay. You find prayer beads to Soleen that instead of a golden color are blackened, but might be worth some coin. You also find 130 gold upon his possession.
Okay.
And where are you? You are right here, Palik. Palik, I am going to drag into your inventory a +2 longsword of striking.
Okay.
And I'm gonna delete it from Brenros. There you go.
This is like the post-credit.
It's gonna go directly into my bag of holding along with the beads.
Okay.
The beads I'll wrap around the hilt of the sword.
All right.
Tainted black.
And then I will get back downstairs with the group.
All right, you are back downstairs as Brenros finishes the last of his talks with the High Priestess. You guys head outside, and you are out in the city once again.
What do we do now?
I really think we should rest. I don't have any more focus points I can use.
I could use it, man.
What time of day is it anyway?
Jeez, I think it was a new morning when you guys went to the king and then immediately went here. So probably late morning, early afternoon.
Yeah. Very exhausted, 11:30 a.m.
I am a cat. Sildren turns actually to the group and kind of looks everybody up and down for a moment. I had appraised you of the vision I had night before last. And as we learn more, things become clearer to me. Through Yathene's eyes, I had seen many dotted islands and a ship destroyed by another vessel with
A bird lands on your shoulder, Sildren.
And yes, and I will pause and like lovingly stroke Yathene for a moment.
Same
And just
thing.
we just kind of put our heads to each
Nice.
other.
It's called docking.
And through Yathene's eyes, I saw many dotted islands and a ship destroyed by another vessel. The islands that I saw were the Thousand Islands and the missing ship and the envoy, no doubt. I saw a cold land of ice and snow, freezing winds, enough to stiffen wing and prevent feathers from flight. The lands to the north, where Duke Sieves from the Snowfell clan there dwells, and then to a town, Moss Haven, where evil arises. And these are not coincidences, and they tie into every trouble we're now presented. There is no question that they are bound together, and we to it. My path follows this trouble, and I believe so too do each of yours. The only thing in my eyes that is up for debate is which way we tackle these threats. I believe that the need is urgent, and we should be off to the ship and on our way and take our rest there.
I have taken enough of the time away from these important duties, and I thank you all for the time given to it. I would give my own penance of isolating myself to the icy lands to the north anyway, had I my own choices. But I am ready for sail whenever you all are.
Yay, we're going on a boat!
Yeah, boats.
Brenros appears very, very tired and kind of sad, and probably falls behind the group just a little bit as you're all.
I missed my sword.
I missed.
And Xander's like, I'm on a boat. I'm on a mother. Chris, was that a prepared bit of writing that you read from?
It had just been coming together as we were on the break, and then
Nice.
kind of the first moment there. Yeah.
Cool. Grab a hero point. Plus one hero point for homework. All right. All right. You guys are heading to the Long Pier dock. Is that correct?
Yeah. As we're walking, Sildren falls.
Or did
back.
you want to rest or something along those lines for Yaru's?
No, I believe Yaru agreed with Sojourn's point of resting on the ship
Yeah.
and getting there because I can't do much on the boat. So.
Yeah. No bad can come from that. Boats, nothing happens on boats.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
You were about to say something, Chris?
Oh yeah, I was falling back to talk to Sir Brenros.
All right, you're walking through the city. Sildren, you head to the back of the line and chat with Sir Brenros as Piercy starts shopping little things along the way.
Yes.
As always, you come to everyone's aid. I am glad to have you along.
Your recent fight seems to still be weighing heavily on you, though it has obviously been blessed by Soleen herself.
It is not easy to take the blood of one so devoted. As being asked to slay one's brother. Yes, it weighs heavily, and will for some time. I appreciate your words. I will try not to let it weigh too much longer upon me. I will course or consult with Soleen over time.
I hope your path becomes more clear to you.
Thank you.
Are you hoping he finds his path
Yeah.
and he becomes
Basically.
a pathfinder?
You guys walk through the city of Mirskan and arrive on the western district of Long Pier, which is not too far away from the crazy pits that you guys have ventured in not too long before that.
Oh,
And a Long Pier was, geez, I don't know, 4 weeks ago, maybe, the site of a big festival. I believe the Sun Festival was its name. So yeah, you return to the scene of that crime. You are, and also a warehouse. You guys also slaughtered a bunch of strange things in. But anyways, you guys are out on the Long Pier asking about and are given directions to the king's ship called the Tainted Waters. You approach and the dock that you are recommended by, and you can see there's wagons with goods being moved around. There's a lot of dock hands, except to the ship called the Tainted Waters, which is very little action going on. It's very quiet. It's just sitting there. You can see there's a couple sailors just lounging on the railings. The ship looks both sturdy and dilapidated at the same time. It's got like black stains running down the sides. It's got barnacles hanging off the bottom, but its railings at the top and its upper decks still look really clean, freshly swabbed, one might say. And so it's a strange dichotomy. You guys approach the ship, and it's got that little wooden gangplank with a little beam every so often for footing, and there are two sailors at the either end of the opening of the railing just kind of leaning over casually as you guys approach, and one of them says, yeah, what do you want?
Who be this crew? And why you be looking at me so funny? What you be doing on me ship?
We're the defenders of the realm. We're supposed to be on your ship.
Zanner, why don't you take this one?
Okay, I'll take
Didn't think about that, did you?
We're the defenders of the realm. We're the champions of the king, and he sent us down here. Oh, there you are. He sent us here because we're going to be the envoys for the king, King Phaon. He's the new king now. He's the one that sent us down here because we need to go up north to the Thousand Isles, and this is the Tainted Waters, right?
Like an episode of Three's Company.
Why? You found the Tainted Waters. This be the ship. We serve Her Majesty well, as he were, as he brings us the gold coin and keeps us well fed and well drunk at all. Begging your pardon, me tassel be hanging in. And
Someone else chimes in.
What is your name, great captain?
You can call me Captain Collard. This be me ship, the Tainted Waters. She has been for all these many years. And I will be at your service.
A pudgy goblin sailor leaps off the railing and lands before you, Master Yaru, and pokes you in the belly and says, "But no one calls him Captain Collard. We all call him Captain Mad Eyes, and you better too."
You watch your tongue there, Gilbert.
He cowers down and scurries back up the gangplank.
They only call me Bad Eyes because of me bad eye. And it's because I be a wee daft. But you don't know that, because I be the captain of the ship, and you say not for me.
Percy's looking him up and down real close. Which one is the bad one?
What?
Your eye, which one is the bad one?
It sounds like he's trying to speak to me. What are you saying?
It's weird that these two don't understand each other.
Is it the left one or the right one?
Yes, he's the right one. The wrong one. What's?
You were
Must be
saying
a rat. Rats not be on ships, as far as I tell.
I'm a swashbuckling a rat, and I used to be in the ship with the king.
You buckle the swash, say ye. I
Yes.
remember a time I'd buckle swashes myself. I had a grand scimitar. It came out of the Eastern Isles, and I took it up to the Thousand West, and there be... What was I saying?
Which eye?
something about squash. I'm really not sure.
Oh, yeah, aye.
Aye. Yes.
Aye.
Which one?
Aye.
Well, the sun seems to be getting lower.
Still noon, but
Who's on first? Should we be getting aboard? It is a fine ship. A pleasure to meet you, Captain. I don't want to go into my pirate. I'm so tempted to go into my pirate.
As soon as you step onto the plane.
Oh yeah, there's a
You
spell on the
find it
boat.
be an addictive
It's
voice.
a pleasure to meet
I'm Sir Brenros.
Once you be on the ship, everybody talks with the bees and I.
Yes. And time seems to be going by. Where shall we put our belongings?
Have your belongings then, other than that shiny gob you keep it in front of you.
Yes.
All right, climb on. No ponies though,
Why no ponies? What
because I don't like them.
Well,
Do you need
yeah,
one?
none.
What did a cute little pony ever do to you?
Now that'd be a fine tale, and thank you for asking. There'll be a time before I were the great bearded Mad Eye, when I was just simply the
stories.
lazy-eyed captain. And when I be Captain Lazy-Eye, not far yonder, about 7 years ago, there be an attack. a grand attack off of a deep river. I was using a barge at the time, and from the river there outsprang a pony, a sea pony as you'd ever seen her. True as a nose on my face. She was a bright blue with a great tail and teeth as sharp as tacks, and she took a great bite right out of my ear. And I knew at that point that sea ponies never to be trifled with or cursed again. I never allow ponies on me ship.
I don't think that's a pony.
What?
I don't think that's a pony.
I don't.
It's not a little pony. It's not a horse.
Does he do this all the time?
Get used to it.
Do you do your thing all the time?
This not be a thing. This be me ship. Get aboard.
Shows at noon and 3.
Gilbert,
Tip your waitress.
Yet.
get ready to away anchor.
Yes, right away. Captain, we've got just 2 rooms available, and we have 2 spots available down in the cargo. They'll have to figure something out. I recommend the rat down below.
Aye, rat's always down below. Take the wee one with you.
Percy is already up in the crow's nest.
Okay, Percy's gone, and this silly scrambles up with speed to the crow's nest.
If I can request something, I'd like Captain Collard to describe the ship that we be yeasted on, or whatever he would say.
You would like to see a tour of the great Tainted waters, is that right?
Yeah, Yaru's looking for a place to nap, so he wants a tour of the ship.
I'd be happy to help you with that, Squab. You can walk with me as we make the rounds to get to the cast-off.
Yes, we can trade stories of our adventures together.
Aye, stories be great. This be a gangplank. This be what you be walking up when you get around the ship. If you head around the bow, you gotta go up the port side. This be the port side you go to. You head up the bow this way, and this be up where the steering wheel be. But that's not really where you're focused on, because she be more in the aft, in the other side.
Who is she?
Around here,
Who is she?
the waters, love. The great taint.
Okay.
Yes.
You just walk along the ship and we walk forward. So as we go,
Always watch the great taint.
there be a mast right in the middle of the taint. There be another. I feel like you're not listening to me nor taking this seriously, Master Guard.
I'm just wondering if the poop deck is next to the great taint.
Oh, it's Master versus Commander right now. Let's go.
If you head up, there be the head. Where the head be, of course, and down below there be the decks. And I believe that be the whole ship as we done the full rounds.
So you're saying there are 3 paths. I come from a place where there are 3 paths as well. Let me tell you about it. The 3 winds of the... I got him to be quiet! I got him to shut up!
So Yaru enjoyed that tour, but he has found, I believe it's called a crow's nest.
Okay.
Up on the top mast.
Yes.
Where's
Percy is.
With a Piercy inside.
Getting crowded.
Climb all the way up there and find Piercy already there waiting for
I'm
you.
going to do something like that, but I'm actually just going to hang on the pole where the sail is, on the long pole. And I'm
Okay.
just going to sleep on that.
The mizzen mast.
All right.
The mizzenmast.
God,
Captain Run.
The
That'd be a
mademoiselle.
good trick. We take 3 big waves. We'll see how long he lasts them on that.
So Piercy's in the crow's nest. I'm just on the horizontal plank on the mizzenmast.
Okay.
On top of the sail, just sleeping.
The goblin first mates shows you guys to 2 different rooms. So that puts Brenros, Zanner, and Palik and Sildren somehow 2 into each. You guys will have to figure out who's with who.
I will bunk with.
Zanner forces his way to the door with you.
Yeah.
There be only a twin's bed in this here room.
I saved you this on the head spot. I saved you the spot that's got the pillow. You can have that. It's a
How
little.
come you have more room than I do?
I don't know what you just said. What was that?
How come you have more room than I do?
I mean, I didn't.
Just save me a little spot.
I know, I saved you the whole half of
That's
this.
pretty rude.
I'll just sleep
I
in this
think
corner.
the whole bed should be mine, and there's some space in the corner on the floor.
Well, I don't know if you need the whole, but do you need the whole bed? I mean, we can do that. I figured we could be together. It could get cold. We can warm up
Oh,
together.
you're gonna just try to snuggle with me? Is
Why
that it?
did you want to snuggle? I was just saying that we can survive well together in the boat because we're together.
We could snuggle.
Okay. I mean, okay. If you want to, that's okay. That's great with me.
I'm waiting for Zanner to pass out.
Zanner or Jeremy?
From just all the exciting possibilities.
Get your stuff stowed. The captain's ordering the ship underway. He just needs to know where he's going.
Where are we be going? Did you ask him, Gilbert?
Right away, sir. I'm asking. The captain would like to know from either of the four of you where we're headed.
Either to Moss Haven or the Thousand Islands. And he kind of looks and Sildren looks at the group.
Moss Haven's closer, right? It's on the way.
It is nearer.
Why would we pass that up?
Sildren turns to the goblin whose name he didn't quite get yet.
Gilbert?
Jeremy, you want to remind them what the name is?
It'd be Gilbert. Did you?
Gilbert.
Hey, we're titling out.
To Moss Haven, Gilbert.
Right away. Yes. And he scurries off and yells at the rat up in the crow's nest, "You're not allowed upstairs!" And continues running off to do more business, though.
And Sildren's definitely not below deck. This is the first time he's been out of Mirskan in a while, so he
Below deck.
Right.
You said that really fast and sounded like something else.
Below deck. And just because he's finally out of Mirskan and at least, the better smelling open skies.
Right. The Sildren, you're back up top as the Tainted Waters takes sail, disembarks from the dock. Its small crew starts to get the ship underway. The goblin calls out orders. The captain's nowhere to be seen, which is odd during the takeoff.
Fell back in the water some way.
And the goblin starts getting everything going. The gangplank's raised, sails start to go, and the captain gives the command for the ship to get underway.
Hoist the yardarms. Raise the sails. Open her up.
And the Tainted Waters set sail out from the city of Mirskan, and the group has accomplished something they've been trying to for quite some time, and that is to leave the city of Mirskan.
You get a hero point each.
many episodes
Jeremy
was
may
that?
gain a hero point for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And
Well
you guys
done.
out in the waters, you see the city of Mirskan start to recede and fade off into the distance and then disappear over the horizon as you set sail. The ship is speedy enough. It cuts through the water. There are there's a rich smell of the ocean water. You heard some seagulls off in the distance, but even those start to fade away as you head out. And you are essentially heading north along the coast of the Kingdom of Navarre, heading towards the small town of Moss Haven, just north of the city.
Peculiar destination, that one. Moss Haven. That's not to be a port that I often spend much time in. Why be with a Moss Haven be the place we're going?
You guys are asked this at the captain's dinner table.
If it keeps wiggling, just keep stabbing it.
What do you know about Moss Haven?
Well, I know that it be mossy. That's enough, Gimli. It be a fine port. It not be a very interesting place. It'll be a very small town, in fact. Not much trade, not much, really, if anything, going on there. It's not be one that I find a fancy to. However, there be one young lass that found a fancy once at one time. She'd not be quite as mossy, if you know what I mean.
No one's there yet.
Otherwise, it'd be a very small and quaint and rather, well, one might say boring little hamlet of a place. What finds is for you there?
There is some trouble there that we must look into. That is concerning to the kingdom.
Oh, concerning to the kingdom. You hear that, Giblet? Concerning to the kingdom, he be.
Very good, yes, kingdom, yes.
We like the kingdom, and we want to make sure that she be less concerned. Be there anything specific that you may be finding, or we can point your way?
We will have to just be there and investigate the town. There's just a potential... Yeah.
What? No! It wasn't me. I beg your pardon. You speak in vagaries, and the vagueness just knock me out like nobody's business.
You spoke of a trouble, a great evil, something there that had affected you personally, Sildren. I recall the days that followed the dream that you had mentioned. You were not well.
Oh, dreams be a bad omen, squab. If you find yourself in dreams, you find yourself in the future. Or in a bunch of jelly, which could entirely happen in the future as well, depending on the dream. Not all of them fit, but for the most times, when you eat a marshmallow, it's not really a marshmallow. It may actually, in fact, be the hair of Gimlet who might be next to you if he's snuggling up at one night. Not saying exactly how it happened, but it's possible.
That is word for word in my scriptures up on the mountain. How did you know that?
I be a learned man, squab. They don't call you Captain Mad Eye without going a place or two or needing a pillow, if you know what I mean.
Hold on. I'm changing the goblin's name for the 4th time, but carry on.
It's going to be like 9 more times. I just want to get you ready.
Are we up to Gliblet yet?
Jerry.
So going back to Sildren, you
had a dark dream, said you.
You had a dark dream. I'm starting to sound like the captain. I'm going to shut up now.
It's like when you're from the south and you move north, and then but your southern accent just kind of comes out every now and then.
Yeah,
I'm Caribbean of the very far south.
I am from the south.
The southern Caribbean, as it were.
Southern Calavier.
It's landlocked, but yeah.
We're the Knights be vigilant, aren't we?
I'm from the south, and he's from the north.
Dreams are visions. They are doorways to a greater knowledge. We mustn't take the children's words lightly.
There is something that stirs there that we must take care of. That can be no coincidence from my dreams and what has been going on in the kingdom.
No small thing to concern a druid of his stature. I've seen the look in his eyes before. He's dealt with fear. This is something entirely new and worries me as well.
Well, this sounded like it'd be a fine story. What is it that's fear the heart of a druid?
I cannot say for sure what is there, but it is something that we are bound to in some way, and we must face for ourselves and for the kingdom.
Aye, well, Be that as it may, may you find peace and luck in your journey. And may it be something that you find to end or to bring about, depending on the profits of everyone. But if you also find that there be trade, or perhaps any other version of gold that you may be able to find, Captain Matt, I'd be at your service.
Well, we are probably to the Thousand Isles after dealing with Moss Haven. And so you shall be with us for a little bit.
The 1,000 Isles. I'll tell you, the 1,000 Isles. There be some great dangers between here and there. In fact, there be even tale of the Night Skull.
That is the night school.
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. Thank you. I had to
The
wait.
place you go to get your education after hours when the place is usually closed.
It's almost right there, Monk. You got it nearly half.
I know a lot about night school, let me tell you. I was a teacher for a long time.
And it's not easy pulling off being a captain all day and then going to learn.
And then going to night school. Many hours, not much.
I remember you, Carla. You were in my physics class.
Yes.
Yes, I remember you now.
It's all a part of the Pythagorean. Good effort. No, let's just drop that one like a lead balloon.
Yeah.
The Night Skull.
Yeah.
The Night Skull be a cursed ship that be out among the waters full of the undead. She be captained by a horrible one, Captain Jagged. He be a monstrously creature of bones and hate, not seen for years. But he supposedly rises from the sea every 10 years or so. Jagged be not known for taking prisoners. So if you encounter yourself across the Night Skull, he rather kills everything he sees in sight than wiping out entire armadas that get in his way.
When was the last time that Captain Yayad rose from the sea?
Oh, that'd be a great question. Let's see. That'd be, well, it wouldn't be this past fall. It would be a time before.
Just turn into Garth Brooks all of a sudden.
Riven Sons and...
Garth Brooks.
Oh, Leslie here, son. That's what it sounded like to me.
Hey, Sildren, that's probably the ship that attacked that other ship that we're supposed to look into. Yeah?
Looking at the captain, Sildren says the ship that he captains is dark green. Yes.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I've not yet seen the Night Skull myself. Though if I did, it'd be true that I'd be more than just a mad eye for that one. The Night Skull take no prisoners. The Night Skull leave no one alive. And if there be anyone in the Night Skull's way, they be as good as dead. She be the fastest ship on the seas. She be nigh unsinkable. And Captain Jagged himself be unkillable as well. There be no one, not one that makes it. So if it be your mates that crashed in the ship, if it were the Night Skull that did it, there's good as golden. So, for dessert.
He brings out a nice light chocolate
He
mousse.
just keeps leaving things for us to pick up, and we just drop them.
Hopefully it's cheese plate.
Charcuterie.
How do you feel about fondue?
Because I'm feeling weird.
I feel a bit weird about it. I mean, is it fun or is it do? It's more of a cheese in between. Giblet is coming up with the weirdest ideas. How dare you, Giblet?
Sorry. The dinner comes to a conclusion, and the captain bids you all a deep slumber and promises that you will be at Moss Haven by tomorrow night.
Deep slumber tonight. We'll be at Moss Haven tomorrow. Good night.
Yes.
Good night.
Oh, you're the night.
Captain.
And then Zanner finally arrives from a long nap he was taking.
What'd I miss?
Damn it!
You ever notice they're never in the
About the same height, the captain and the.
I don't know.
Zanner? Oh my god. That would be epic.
The captain wears platform boots.
Zanner forgets when he's in combat which one he's supposed to be sometimes.
I cast Raging Burl!
Excuse me. Ooh, all right, you guys get some rest and input. Yes, Palik.
So when she thinks everybody's asleep,
Palik, you find someone in your room as you and Zanner return. Xander, I'm sure, is saying something mildly uncomfortable as you open the cabin. And
also poking me with something.
It just helps me sleep better when I'm naked. That's just how it is. I don't actually have clothes on. It's under a blanket.
You're grody.
You're grody. Be naked, grody.
You know that's not true.
There is someone in your room. It is a young man, a young teenager, a human, who is straightening your bed and says, "Oh, hello. I was just tidying things up and putting everything away."
Who are you? Why are you in our room?
I'm just tidying things up and putting everything. I'm Bryden. I'm the ship's boy. Executive cabin boy was what I would prefer, but they call me the ship's boy. I can be of any service that you need. Captain Med, I said to make myself available.
We don't need every service. We're fine. We're just together here in the room. We're together, so we don't need everything. It's okay. It's fine.
Okay.
I don't think we need any straightening up. We're good for now. If we need anything, we'll let you know.
Sure. And I heard from Giblet, Gipper that you are the big defenders of the realm. I heard you slaughtered the entire Navaran Senate, and you set the city on fire.
Did you hear these tales from your captain, by chance?
There's a lot of sailor talk, but no, the Captain Mad Eyes doesn't talk to me much. He talks mostly with his boot to me.
Oh.
Well, it's almost all true. We are defenders of Navarre. We're champions of the King of Phaon. We are ambassadors and envoy for the crown of the Grey Wolf. And we didn't kill everybody, but there's a great deal that we took over to help make Mirskan better.
That's amazing.
Right?
And you're the plucky thief of the group, he says, pointing to Zanner.
No!
Yeah, he sure is.
No, that's not. No, it's wrong. No, I'm not. I'm plucky.
He goes around everywhere stealing hearts.
That's not entirely wrong. I'm a little bit of a charmer, but I'm Xander. I'm a sorcerer. I'm the keeper of the Nexus key.
All this.
Yeah, he's slowly getting ready for bedtime.
One boot.
I'm a sorcerer.
Did you do that? Can you show me some magic?
Yeah, and Xander will produce flame.
Good God.
On a ship? That's not the smartest. Let's put that
I mean,
away.
it is Zanner, so.
Whoa! That's crazy.
It's not much. I've done worse, but this is Palik.
Show me your magic, Palik.
Yeah.
And I'll pull my dagger and look at him menacingly, like.
Go ahead.
That's it. Get your ass out of here. Go bother somebody else.
Well, yeah, but before I go, the captain asked me specifically to ask you, what great adventure are you going on now?
We're headed to Mosshaven to see an old friend.
Oh, is it a great adventurer friend? Tell me about him. And he closes the door and kind of sits on the bed.
Yep, it's a great adventurer friend.
What's his name? What's he do? Have you ventured with him before? Has he attacked things before? Did he help you slay the Senate?
I thought you said
killed
the
all
captain
the
didn't talk to you. You're just talking out of your ass right now. Why do you have so many questions?
I'm really really curious. I'm very curious. I like to know things. I like to kind of explore what's going around on me, and I'm pretty handy with a sword too, kind of like you.
Oh, yeah? How about you show me your sword skills?
All right, hold on. I gotta go get my sword. I don't have it with me.
Yeah, that's right.
He goes out to go get his sword.
See you later.
Okay. Bye.
Lock the door behind him.
All right, the door is locked. About a couple minutes later, there's a gentle knock upon the door.
Oh, I wonder who that is. Hang on.
No.
Zanner opens the door.
Zanner, you need to be sneaky.
I got my sword. Here it is.
Oh, it's you again.
Got an old sword, and he is making a roll of awesome swashbuckling skill to put Piercy to shame, and gets a 19 attack roll in flair. Look at that! Look at this! Ha-ha!
That's very good. You know who? You should go show the captain those moves.
No, he doesn't. He says I'll cut off my own toes if he sends me into combat.
But look how good you are. That was awesome. I can't do anything like that.
That's true.
You could buck all sorts of swashes.
Wouldn't
Did I
that
say
be
that right? I
great?
said that right?
Yeah. and
Oh,
I-
yeah. You should be a swashbuckler. You don't know who could help you be a swashbuckler.
Who's that?
This our little friend. His name's Piercy. You should go find him. He's a little
The one with the
rat-faced
big
guy.
shield?
And a funny hat. No. The one with the funny hat.
Oh,
the rat.
yeah,
He's
the
probably
Yosoki.
like way below deck, or he's up in the crow's nest.
I'll go find him right away. Oh, and here, and he gives you Palik, a small doll that is in the shape of a smiling clown. That's your response.
What is this for?
He says, "Well, here."
Apparently,
You're
feigned interest.
Deception roll critically failed.
Oh my god! You heard Yaru laughing from up on the top of it from that response.
Well, you've been so nice to me, and I'm pretty good with a sword. I'm pretty handy in a pinch, I think, even though the captain doesn't. But you know, aside from being an adventurer, I think also I'm pretty good at making toys like this. So,
You made this?
Yeah, I made it myself.
What's its name?
His name is Clowny, of course. That's the name he's had all along.
Oh,
That's a terrible name.
Oh,
I will treasure this forever. I guess.
all right. So Piercy, I'll go find him.
Yeah, go find him.
Jump cut to the crow's nest. So yeah, I was thinking, with you being a trainer for me, I could come with you guys to Moss Haven and meet this big grand adventurer guy and go on whatever adventure you're doing and kind of be like a cabin boy on the land for the defenders of the realm.
Piercy's just sitting like on the edge of the crow's nest, cross-legged, and just like, there's him. Mm-hmm. Okay, I see. Maybe so. Okay. What is your name again?
My name is Brynan.
Brynan. Okay. Your first task, Brynan. Are you ready?
Completely ready. I'll do whatever you say.
Oh yes, you will. The first one is to go all the way down the pole and down to the bottom of the boat, and you will need to stay there for 10 minutes, and then you need to come all the way back up, and you need to do that all the way down and stay for 10 minutes and come all the way back up, and you have 10 minutes to do that.
Okay, right away.
And you have to keep doing it until you get it done in the 10 minutes.
Okay. And he swings his foot over the edge and quickly races down, super excited, giving some opportunity, not understanding necessarily the math. and falls with a 4 and hits the ground hard, hits the deck with a leg pinned underneath and his arm pinned underneath. Ah! 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 Ah!
Will you please be quiet? I'm trying to regain a focus point.
You have 8 minutes.
How much time do I have left?
Piercy,
Just crawling.
Flopping into the hole. There's other crew members that just. Help me! Oh, I got 5 minutes.
Very much left.
Poor Brian.
I'm at the bottom of the ship. And I can't move.
I would love to get any response from Piercy and perhaps the captain, as the two of you are aware of this situation.
Piercy just kind of shrugs and sighs and just hops down off the crow's nest and lands perfectly fine.
You shot me.
Dear boy,
Yes.
are you hurt?
I'm hurting in 5 different spots.
Oh, okay. What happened?
I fell. I didn't catch the line. Captain!
God's teeth, what be this racket?
Something's happened, Uncle, and I fell.
Brian, what did you fall from?
I know you said not to, but he was in the crow's nest, so I went up there for just a little bit.
Oh,
and
now don't blame me.
You spoke to the rats.
Yes.
You know what I told you about rats? They almost be as bad as ponies.
No ponies. I know the ponies.
Get yourself down to the medic shop. Or I don't know who we've got to medic.
Right away to the medic shop, of course.
Go talk to Smith and see if he can get you healed up. This be a sad state of affairs. You rat
away.
here! Deck now!
He is there.
Piercy appears behind you.
I'm warning you, rats. Ye be not one giving more advice to me, cabin boy. The young lad, you do not cut off the captain of the ship. You do it one more time, and you be swimming. You'd be jumping rat ship with all the others. Do you hear me, rat?
I wasn't given the advice.
What?
I wasn't given the advice.
It's like you're trying to speak to me. I know it.
All the captain hears is just squeak, 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 squeak.
We'll get there.
I wasn't giving advice to you, boy. I was trying to help him.
The captain tries to slap Piercy.
Captain, make an attack roll. Add plus 10 to your D20.
15.
15. Once again, Piercy is somehow behind you as you make that slap.
Ha!
I'm right here.
What?
I'm right here.
I don't.
You missing me?
Make an attack roll with plus 10.
26. It doesn't show up. Hang on, let's roll again.
Oh, you gotta roll again.
16.
Piercy is behind you again.
What?
What are you trying to do?
And the night goes on.
4 hours later, sunset.
Piercy
Now-
just tips his hat off.
Oh!
I don't know what you be trying to pull, but this be the last time that we be having this conversation. You hear me, squab?
I'm just trying to help your boy.
What?
All right, and now, Palik, I had interrupted you some time ago. You had some sort of plan.
She wants to wait for Zanner to fall asleep. And then
And he's up playing captain.
To then go see the
Yeah.
captain.
and
I was like, it's not that big of a deal because I'm just a sorcerer, but I do have a lot of magic, and so I was telling him that I could do it this way if I needed to.
I was here the whole time. You don't need to recount your story.
No, it was really exciting because he was really wanting to know who I was, and I was like, I'm Defender of the Realm, and I am also an ambassador.
I
Like, it was
heard
really
the
neat.
whole conversation.
Yeah. Also, so I was thinking, do you remember that one time that we were down in the pits in that area, and we were like, we had to fight all the.
When I saved your life, I do remember that. Yeah,
That was a good one, yeah.
When you were gonna fall and die, and I grabbed you.
Whew, that was a scary one, right? Because all the
Yeah,
zombies.
and then the
that
other
was a-
time, when you almost died and I rescued you, and then you kissed me. You kind of forced yourself on me.
No, I remember that. I remember that one time that you slapped me, right? It was really hard right in the face, and then you
were not being a gentleman.
And then
That's what happens.
You kissed me back.
No, you kissed me. I'm
pretty sure
It took
you
me
kissed
so
me that
long.
one
I had
time.
to like clean my whole face off. You slobbered on me. It's not great.
That's not how you kiss. That's a perfect kiss. That was a very romantic, wet, loving, baby kiss.
Yeah.
Can Brenros in the middle of this get up and leave the room?
They're in
were
their own
room.
private room on their bed underneath the fort that Zanner has made.
I do. I mean, we have different opinions on how that'll happen, but yeah, I remember that.
I was just saying if different circumstances were and that we were, spending more time together and whatnot. Do you think? I mean, it could.
We spend all of our time together.
Sure, with everybody else and Sildren there and
Oh, you want to
Brenros
spend time just us?
yes.
That's what we're doing right now.
And how's it going?
It's all right.
So
You're talking a lot.
Do you think
Maybe
you wanna
less talking.
I don't know how to do that. I really.
Weakness.
I try to. I'm just thinking if we maybe spent more time together, just us, like maybe we could do it some more and have fun together and maybe kiss again.
Do you want to kiss me again?
I'm getting creepy callbacks to my date life.
Yes, I would like to kiss you again. I'd like to kiss you all the time. I think about kissing you a lot. It's so much.
Oh, well, you like I said, you're talking a lot. You're yeah. I mean, if you want to kiss, lay one on me. Let's see what you do when you're not forcing yourself on me. Ooh.
Zanner pushes in for a kiss in his most romantic,
All right, Xander.
sticking his tongue out sort of way.
Xander, make an acrobatics roll. Just roll.
And some
That's
deception.
weird. That's a weird one. Okay.
Oh,
17 for the 4.
want a hero point?
There's a lot more teeth than you're used to, Police.
Yeah.
How dry do you want?
We could do more of that, but you should practice first.
How? Where do I practice?
No.
Oh, she's got a tool right in her hand.
Have it right here, squab.
She's got a doll in the shape of a clown.
Oh, yeah.
This clowny will work. Or just like make your hand like a little mouth and like do that. Yeah, like that. Less,
Senor Wences.
less slobber.
I do this too, but my lips don't go here.
Yep, just like that. You keep practicing, and I'll be back later.
Let's switch over to the ASMR channel.
I think we're too late. So Xander, make note though. You get a +1 bonus the next time you make a kissing attempt in the future.
Woo!
It is nighttime unless anyone has anything else they want to.
Yeah, so what I wanted to do originally,
Damage already.
10 minutes ago, after I think everybody's asleep, I want to each person, I want to deposit 21 gold into their golden stash.
Okay. I need you to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stealth rolls, please.
Okay.
This is sneakily done. I got you. Okay.
Yeah. This will be for Yaru. A 34.
That's good.
Brenros, a 37.
That's good.
Zanner, a 25.
Xander, what's your perception?
It's a plus 11, so 21.
Okay, you're good.
Sildren, 24.
What's your perception? He's got a good
Jeez.
perception.
Oh Jesus, where the hell are they?
Main page.
Skills.
Skills,
Oh, yeah,
perception
page.
plus 10.
Plus 16, so 26.
You, Sildren, are out on the deck and you hear creaking and you feel a presence right over you and you're ready to lash out at some strange little cabin boy you've been hearing crying all night long. Instead, you find Palik with her hand in your money pouch.
Hi, Sildren. I was just giving you a little bit of gold I found.
And Sildren will kind of keep a hand on Palik's arm that he has a hold of right now, and just kind of like check and make sure that like that's really the case, and then see that it is, and just
Count it up. You'll see that there's a little couple extra.
he lets her arm go.
Don't ask questions where it came from.
Thank you, little one. That's kind.
You're welcome. And then one more for Piercy. I'm gonna fail that too.
Yeah.
All right. You
Piercy.
climb all. Piercy, you're still up in the crow's nest sleeping, right? You
Yep.
climb all the way up to the top, over the shroud of the little rigging, and then up to the pole, and all the way to the very top. By the time you get there, Piercy's head is just looking straight down at you as you come up.
Hey, hello there, Piercy.
Hello. What you doing?
I have a present for you. I was gonna try and sneak it, but you're wide awake and caught me. So here's some gold, and I'll hand you 21 gold.
Oh, you're giving me gold?
Mm-hmm.
For what?
It was some gold I found. I just split it up amongst everybody.
Oh, where
The
did you
cabin
found
boy.
it?
Remember that priest?
The dead one, yes.
The dead one, yeah. I found it on him. Nobody was looking, so I just rifled through his pockets and came up with some things.
Huh.
Don't
Okay, thank you.
don't tell anybody else. They'll get mad. Yeah.
Good night.
Another thing I wanted to do while I was in Brenros's room is find his empty scabbard and put his sword back in it.
Oh.
With the scorched like rosary beads wrapped around the hilt.
Interesting. That is part of your stealth roll. You're fine there. You have done that. You have replaced his. You find the scabbard. The scabbard's just like with his pack and stuff, just off to the side. You put the sword back in with the blackened beads wrapped around it. Nice.
Then I'll
Nice.
go back to the room and find Zanner with no clothes on doing weird things.
It is several more hours into the night.
Don't come in! Don't look at me!
He's got makeup on the hand that looks like you.
Yeah.
That Goodbye Horses song.
Clowny's nowhere to be found.
Everything's stuck in. Yeah.
There's stuffing everywhere.
Would you
kiss me?
Yeah. Get into it. Oh man.
It puts the magic on her skin. Okay.
Palik just opens the door.
It is late 3-4 in the morning when Master Yaru, you go up to relieve yourself out off the railing. And as you are out there, you notice that the wind is gone. The ship is just dead in the water. You walk past Sildren, who raises an eye. I'm assuming you're sleeping out on the deck, Sildren. So Sildren just raises an eye,
Indeed.
sleepy eye. Nods as he's soaking up as much of the stars as he can.
Did you wake up with extra gold in your pants?
I don't say that.
Totally the random question you'd ask.
Strangely, I did.
Sounds like the beginning of a pharmaceutical ad.
Hi, I'm Yaru.
Yaru, as you walk past Sildren, who nods and then closes his eyes back again, Yaru, you see that the Tainted Waters is not only dead in the water with no wind, it is next to and tied up to a second ship.
Oh. Okay.
This ship is roughly the same size. It has some fancy red paint with nice, almost calligraphy designs and spirals and curves. And you can see a name on a plate on that called Martyr's Prize is the name of the vessel. And the whole place is quiet. You can hear just the creaking of the ships, maybe some knocking of the woods, the boom of the mast just slowly moving, and this other ship for some reason attached.
Are there gangplanks connecting the ships, or is it just rope?
There is a gangplank connecting, yes.
Okay. Yaru will go back to Sildren, and he'll get down at his lowest level and wake him as silently as he can with a hand up to his mouth. You know, just
There is danger. Be cautious.
and I'll show him the ship and where it's connected via the ropes. And I'm looking for it's not my forte or whatever. This would be more Idrisil's thing, funnily enough. But I'm looking for footprints or like boot prints, I suppose.
Make a survival roll that is excruciatingly high.
Maybe I'm just looking for movement because that doesn't. Well, yeah, I'm on a wooden ship, so that doesn't really make sense.
You could still do it. 5% chance.
Yes. You said survival? No, I'm not going to do that.
All right, so you're just scanning the other
Yeah, I'm
ship?
just looking for movement, I guess, is what I mean to say.
You see there are several sailors, 3 sailors, who are on the Martyr's Prize, and they are just kind of just standing there, minding their own business, not taking much action, maybe slumped against a wall or sitting on a barrel. One glances at you, but doesn't pay any heed, and they're just casually sitting in the middle of the night on their ship.
Have I rested at all?
Yes.
Okay.
So we've rested.
Back
Yes.
to full.
Okay.
Let me do a full rest on the group within our software of Fantasy Grounds.
Yeah,
that should help.
that'd be good to know. Okay, so I will point out the walking and kind of just relaxed demeanor of them. And I'll point that out to Sildren that I think that's especially weird.
I agree. Sildren thinks that's particularly peculiar as well.
And Yaru will just say, "Go wake the others."
Sildren sends Yathane up to the crow's nest while he goes below deck to wake up.
And So Yaru has no particular stealth skill, but he is a panther, so I'm hoping to use the color of my fur to shadow me a bit in the night.
And what are you doing?
I'm taking cover behind the mast, or behind just the side of our ship, closer to one of the ropes, not so much the gangplank itself.
All right. And just so you know, one of the sailors did look at you a bit ago and just turned back away.
Okay.
Okay. Make a perception roll, Yaru.
Perception. Not too great at 21.
21. Don't worry about it. You're totally fine.
Okay.
Piercy, you feel a gentle knocking on your skull and wake up to find a black raven pecking at your head.
What's you doing?
Yathane flies up and lands on the edge of the crow's nest and just makes a small caw, and pointing down at the bottom of the sea. You peer down and can see there is another vessel that is attached to the Tainted Waters.
It's a vessel. It's a nuclear vessel.
What?
Yatane, whose ship is that?
And the bird just looks at you.
It's a raven, not a parrot.
Huh. Maybe I should go find out. Yes, I will go down there.
So Piercy does a twirly circle thing like down the mast.
As you go down, there's someone coming up. Ah! How many minutes do I have? Just kidding. All right, Piercy, you drop all the way down to the bottom.
Yep. And I'm prone, and I crawl prone like on the tips of my fingers and toes across the deck of the ship over to the side and peek over at the other ship.
All right, make a perception roll.
Perception roll. That's 14.
You see a sailor who is looking at you, but he doesn't do anything.
How far away is he?
He is 6 feet away, peering over the railing of his ship, looking into your ship.
Do I notice what? Can you describe him?
Yeah, sure. He looks like a very muscular, almost like gladiator type body, shirtless, and with some nice trousers, sandals on, and that classic pirate bandana around his hair. And he sees you, and then he slinks back down his railing and rolls over and is just kind of leaning with his back up against the railing just a few feet away from you on his ship as though he's resting.
Piercy heads to the captain's quarters
Of your vessel.
of the Tainted Waters.
All right, you head over there on the at the forecastle. You head towards the front of the ship, and you make your way to the captain's quarters, and you knock upon the door, and there is no response. It is apparently a very deep sleeping time for the captain.
And the ships are tied up. They're like tied to
Yes.
each other.
Yes.
Does it appear that the tying happened from our ship or from the other ship? Like, which side of the knots are on?
They are on. The ropes originate from your ship.
Okay.
That's a very good question.
So Piercy notices that and decides he wants to jump ship.
Okay. Jumping from one ship to another.
Yeah.
You walk across the gangplank, strutting with ease, just as the rest of the group is slowly being woken up by Soldering down below.
Don't come in!
Why don't you want him to come in?
I'm just saying, don't know who it is, and I don't want to make it weird because we're here together.
Sildren, you do come in and you see there is Palik laying on one side of this bed, normal, looking kind of just put out and annoyed, and behind her on the other side of the bed, you assume is Zanner in the most elaborate fort of sheets and pillows you have ever seen before.
Sildren just shakes his head a little bit. There's trouble afoot. Get on deck now, and then he'll walk out the door.
You're right there.
Hang on.
Zanner, clean yourself up.
I just gotta get my pants.
Zanner goes down to his bedroom, does the going down to the basement, all within his fort, getting ready. Let's go back to Piercy. Unless you're doing anything, Master Yaru, you see Piercy is walking across the game.
Yeah, I'm pretty skeptical still of the guy who saw me and is just now saw Piercy and is just chilling. So as Piercy goes over, I'll also go over, but I'm stalking a little bit more than he is. You said he's walking casually. I'm not very casual.
Okay, they will still see you going across.
That's fine.
Okay,
I'm okay with them seeing me, but I'm not in a good mood.
You're just
okay.
Horror speed.
Yeah, I'm pretending to be an old frail monk.
All right. Piercy, you're first then. You are on the deck. The sailor closest to you says nothing. He's sitting on the deck, looks up at you, but doesn't say anything. And you can hear you can't hear what was said with that perception roll, but you can hear the laughter of a woman coming from one of the main cabin of this vessel, second vessel.
Piercy just looks at this other shipmate that's not doing anything and shrugs and walks towards the laughter.
All right. You're at the laughter. You're outside the door, and you can hear there is a woman laughing and just saying, "I just don't know what to do with you, Captain." And you hear Captain Mad Eyes laughing and enjoying his time within this room as well.
Piercy, who had his short sword drawn, kind of just knowingly nods and sheathes his sword and begins to walk back onto the tainted waters.
All right, you pass Yaru. You see Piercy's going the opposite direction.
Yeah, it's a fine. It's a no big deal.
What do you mean? Where is the captain?
Oh, he's enjoying himself.
Piercy.
Having an enjoyable evening. Hi, yes.
We do not have time for pit stops. Where is the captain?
He's in the ship. It's fine.
Yara goes and knocks on the door.
All right. You walk over and knock on the door. Piercy, you shrug and just kind of walk off the ship and then see like 4 other defenders of the realm in full combat gear racing up onto the deck of yours. The door to the quarters at the Martyr's Prize opens up where you see a shirtless Captain Mad Eyes standing there looking a bit confused as to why you're here. He has a pouch, these clutching of coins in his hand. Behind him is a nude woman, a voluptuous lady, lounging on a elaborate bed of red pillows, pink pillows, and there's nice incense blowing through. You see there's some cards they've been playing. There's wine and drink, and that's your situation, Yaru.
Yara will look.
Stare at.
Yara will look past the captain, and speaking to the woman, he'll just say,
I know you have no part in this, but this captain is an emissary of King Phaon, and he is causing a delay in our transaction with the king.
Delay.
What delay? There be no wind, squab. We couldn't be moving if we be trying, so we might as well be enjoying the time that we have. And ye are not in charge of me ship.
Then how did she get here if there is no wind?
That's
Tom, the captain said.
be a great question. Many wonders.
She rises up and puts on a see-through top and glides across the carpeted deck of this luxurious cabin. And
Holy crap, what's her movement speed?
Asking the important questions.
says
Line of 60.
to Yaru, she says, look, I know you are not a part of this, but would you like to be? The captain is taking me for all I've got. And Captain, I came here to collect, and yet once again you leave with more treasures than I ever imagined. I have yet to find out how or why.
Captain never reveals his secrets. But I will tell you, there be one treasure that always stay aboard. It's you.
She gives you a kiss on the cheek and pinches you on the butt and then whispers into your ear, Captain Mad Eyes, I will have you. And menacingly, and pushes you out the door. And then says, so what of it, catfolk? Care to join me for the evening?
Yara closes the door.
Okay. The rest of you see some sort of scene with some scantily clad woman on the other ship, and the captain and Yaru walking back to you guys, who are in different moments of half armor on and weapons and shields out. Brenros is standing there with sword and shield ready to strike, then looks at his right hand and realizes you're holding a sword of +2 striking in that hand, by the way.
Stand down, knights. There be nothing to see here.
Did I hear treasure?
No.
I'm pretty sure I heard treasure.
You're hearing all sorts of things.
He's putting a
Are you
big,
hiding
heavy pouch
treasure?
away.
None treasure for you, just a time of no wind. And life with the martyr's prize. Groper! Untie the ropes!
Right away, yes, Grover. And he starts to untie the ropes and gets your ship underway. The tainted waters then slowly starts to part, and the martyr's prize raises her sails and captures a bit of a light wind that you do not feel whatsoever in the night sky, and that vessel slowly parts ways and drifts off in the night ocean, and you can see a silhouetted figure from the cabin watching through the window as the ships part ways.
Master Yaru, lad, have you ever heard of a cockblock?
We have these devices up on my mountaintop. They're very useful in situations like that where you're really not supposed to be distracting yourself from a mission as important as ours.
West.
Well, you can cage up your willy any much as you like, but next time you can be behind. I'll tell you, there will be hell to pay.
Yaru's
I
baby
gotta
just
go to me bunk.
glows a little bit.
I'll be in
I'll be sword fighting with myself tonight.
All right, it is morning time, and
the scene would
Yes.
probably have the morning time would probably see Brenros engaged in prayer with this new blade set out upon the deck that he is now cleaned up and is praying with, if you will.
yeah, it was some old ancient relic that was not well kept whatsoever. So you clean it up real nice and make it look fancy. You do some prayers as well. And
this just showed up out of nowhere, right? This
Yes.
just returned to my scabbard.
With some
Rosary
rosary beads.
Rosary beads too on it. So I have no idea
some
what
divine stuff going on right there.
I'm investigating, but yeah, this is engaging in some more serious prayer with Soleen.
okay.
That's what the warning sign brings.
Everything seems on the up and up. There's no strange illusion stuff about this. It seems a valid gift from your goddess for sure.
I'm concerned we lost Zanner permanently.
You don't know.
The party.
The ship then sails hard the next day, cutting through the water, keeping the coast of Navarre off to your right side. The starboard side.
Starboard side.
I did have to pause to count the letters, but off the starboard side. And you sail throughout the day. The sun sets, and just as the last rays of the sun are fading, you can make out a town off in the distance. And Giblet says, the town of Mishkan, the town of Moshhaven is right ahead.
Aye, well done, Giblet. We be right on track and right on time, as expected.
The ship pulls up and arrives at a. There's no dock that's nearby. There is this pseudo swampy area that connects the ocean towards the small town. You can barely see the town in the darkness. It's some distance away, and as you get closer and closer, and they start to lower one of the small dinghies off of your ship for you guys to get to land, you lose sight of the town altogether in the darkness.
Sildren's been kind of watching, seeing if he could see like people or lights or fires or lanterns or like any actual normal activity in the town at all.
Make a perception roll.
25.
You see nothing but darkness now. You know where the town's at, but you don't see any activity of any kind.
Yeah.
All right. Anything unusual? Otherwise, you guys are getting aboard the dinghy.
Sildren has bow in hand.
Okay.
Brenros is making sure to be centered mass into this dinghy.
Okay.
Not trying to rock the boat, just.
Zanner, you should show us your big muscles and row us in.
I can row. I'm rowing. I can do it.
Wouldn't the captain have a better job at
No, I don't leave me ship at this time. It'd be too dark for me.
But you happen to leave your ship in the middle of the night to get laid. But okay, but running the dinghy's a little tough for you.
I feel you cock blocking me again there, Yar. But what you're doing.
No, there could be somebody on the island that we don't know about.
You never know. I don't like to set foot on landfall if I can ever avoid it.
Sea herpes is a bitch of a thing.
It'd be a hard thing to pass, that's me for sure.
I got a barnacle in my trousers.
There's ponies and there's sea herpes.
Two things worth fearing in this life. You nailed them both there, Sir Brenros. He knows a thing or two. I tell you this, though. We'll be here when you be needing us, and we're not leading at any time. You spend what time you need, and we'll find you back here.
I've come down with another case of the Sea Ponies. All right. Who rows the boat? Because normally this would be an Iggy type situation.
Oh, jeez.
Yaru can do it.
Yaru is. All right. Yaru goes normal stroke, flurry 2, normal. And
Trying not to splash anything on himself.
he forgets he teleports off the boat.
Right,
for a little
yeah.
bit,
Keeps shaking his paws.
And you guys row through the darkness and arrive on and hit some sort of soft, squishy, swampy earth, and have arrived back in the kingdom of Navarre, and get off the boat. And Yaru is hesitant to get off, being a cat, because you're going to get wet. But Brenros is also doing the no after you, 'cause he knows it's heavy. He's going to sink into this marshy crap.
And then Piercy jumps in, no, after you.
Zanner jumps off with eagerness, but he disappears in the shell. Slowly appears like R2D2 later on, Dagobah, and the group slowly but surely makes its way off the dinghy, and you are now walking across a swampy, muddy goodness.
And Sildren tries to get everybody to be at least marginally quiet as we're approaching the town. And Sildren continues to scan to see any normal activity or something amiss.
Right. As you get close, Sildren, you can make another perception roll.
I'm going to use a hero point. I rolled a 3. And we'll re-roll that. And how about a 32 total instead?
There you go.
Woo! That's a difference.
32. You can see there are some lights on in several of the places, but they are very faint, turned down low or behind heavy curtains, but just a handful. The brightest light is hanging outside, and that is over a sign that has a bed on the sign. You can see from that light a dilapidated looking building that's just slightly crooked, as though the swamp itself is just, even though this is dry and hard land, just slowly trying to reclaim it over time. It's made of dark blackish wood that looks slightly crooked and not well kept. There are several trees that you are passing by, but they're all black and gnarled as you make your way towards this town of Moss Haven, and we will stop there for tonight, everybody. So thanks for tuning in. Had an absolute blast. Don't forget to join us on Discord. Check us out on Patreon, and we will see you next time.
Thanks, night.